Fuck you, Dante.
What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Off the Mats podcast. It's Dante. That's it. It's Dante. Tired of introducing myself. I feel like I have to do it, though, but whatever.
You need to come up with like a last name, like Dante BJJ Wiki.
I should just it's BJJ Wiki.
Yeah.
I have guests that contact me through Instagram on Off the Mats. They don't know that it's the same. Like, I'm BJJ Wiki. And they're like, oh, shit. You're BJJ Wiki? Is like, yeah.
No, I'm so funny. It's so funny. Like, that person, like, I'm not sure if you remember him, Marv, like in the gym. I'm just like, yeah, this man's famous. It's BJJ Wiki. He's like, oh, wait a minute, you're BJJ Wiki?
You can see, lost it. The wheels turning in his head because he's sitting there as we're talking. It's just like, wait a minute, you're BJJ Wiki? I was like, yeah. It's like, yo, I follow you. I was like,
yeah. Like, you could train with him too if you come in.
Like, hey, remember we trained a couple times. Like, yeah, you fucked me up. Yeah, that's me. That was me. Like, oh, like, okay.
So you gotta get revenge on him. Put him on like the podcast of like this motherfucker.
like ambush him. Just bring him on. Like, hey man, so we're gonna do an episode on this, and just come in like ask all these fucking horrible questions. It was like I wasn't ready.
No, hit him with that Nigerian meme. Why are you gay? why are you gay?
Yo. He's like, yeah, you wasn't ready for that. I wasn't ready for that sweep. Now we're even. So, my guest for this episode it's great because we've been talking for a while already. We may as well have been recording. So we've already kind of built this rapport. And you know, cracking jokes over here, having a good time. But I want to welcome to the podcast one of my teammates from Crazy 88. Why do I say a lot? Like, one of my teammates from
buffering. It's human buffering.
Sometimes, like, I will edit and clip all that shit out. So if y'all ever hear a crisp episode, I edited that motherfucker. It's like, this
he didn't stutter at all. This man's on it.
Like, I be saying shit like, you know, like
Theo Vaughn. Let me tell you something. You know.
It was like,
Jiu Jitsu is a crazy sport, you know?
It's like, this dude. But my teammate over at Crazy 88 MMA in Elk Ridge.
I am in all three schools.
Yeah, I was about to say. Actually,
just name one.
Be any of them.
I think Owings Mills is technically my home.
Yeah, well, I've seen you at Elk Ridge. That's actually, yeah, well, I've never been to Owings Mills, actually. I've never trained.
Actually, yeah, you've been at Elk Ridge. Heck, I've gone to Elk Ridge, Serena Park, Owings Mills. I've been to Camp Springs a few weeks. Like, I typically went there when I went to MagFest a lot. I just be like, well, I'm here. Let's go to the hometown. Like,
I mean, get rounds in.
Oh yeah.
But I want to welcome to the show, Mr. Jeremy Collins.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming out and doing this. Like, whenever I have folks from the gym on, I always like to give the offer. We were talking about this last night with Eli, because it was like, yo, it was like, yeah, because like you invite people, it was like, yeah, come to my basement. It's like, nah, that's why I like to put on the table first, like, yo, we could do this remote. Now, if you say, nah, I'll come through, it's like, yeah, come to my basement. It's not weird enough. It is not. Well, it is weird. Action figures is weird as shit. But, you know, cats come down, I was like, oh, this is cool.
It's like I can fight. I'm good.
Well, yeah. But that's what I'm like, most cats, like, if you're like a white belt, I'm just like, yo, let's do this shit remote. But if you're like a higher rank, I'm like, yeah, come through. Because you ain't got to be scared of me. It's just, if shit gets weird, I mean, you fuck me up right here on the spot.
Yeah. Push come to shove, like, I'll let the weirdness happen. Like, I've done that a few times. Like, all right, just everyone get weird. I'll just sit here in the corner.
Yeah, when people be trying, like, I like to see how far the weird's gonna go before I'm just like, I'm gonna go ahead and
I might dip. At this point in time, I'm gonna head out.
Like, I'm all right. Like, you want to come back tomorrow? Nah, we good.
Nah, that's all right. I'll catch you later. Man. I'm busy tomorrow.
I'll text you.
I got to wash my fish.
It was like, okay, we'll see you then. But yeah, like, but you know, thank you for making the trip out here. You fell victim to the GPS as many others have. The GPS will tell you you've arrived and you have not arrived at all. You're not even close to arriving, but cats just be like, All right. Well,
Your neighbors are pretty nice. So I knocked on the wrong house. The guy was like, "No, I don't know where the hell that is."
yes, he does. He knows because people be knocking on his door all the time looking for us. Food be getting delivered to his house, and they try to act like they don't know who the fuck I am. Yeah,
But then, like, he doesn't know your name. I was like, "Do you know where Dante is?" I was
they
like,
don't know my name.
like, I imagine like it happens all the damn time. It's like, who is this Dante? I know BJJ Wiki, but I don't know who Dante is.
It's like, who? Like BJJ Wiki? Oh, that dude, he live over there.
I love off the mats.
I should knock on his door one day. It was like, yo, you trying to do this podcast? Just so you know, when people come knocking on your door, it's them coming to do the. Yo, but what if he gets his own equipment? And folks just be showing up, be like, yeah, let's record. And starts going, yo, fuck
That'd
that.
be hilarious. Like he calls it like Matt to the off or something, like just to confuse people.
Yo, I'd burn his house. Like, fuck that dude. Yo.
Yeah, you have a history of that apparently.
Hey, look, I didn't know. Like, I didn't know any better.
Oh, of course.
What was I, 9?
Hey,
9-year-olds are dumb.
if you've never tried, if you haven't accidentally burned down your house or attempted to burn down your house when you were younger, like I remember I was left at home and I see matches. I think I was like either 5 or 6. I'm just like, oh, what do these do? And it's that situation where you're just holding it and like it burns your fingers and you toss it, like without even thinking about it. You're a kid.
No consequence to it. Just fuck it.
Luckily, I tossed it so fast it went out, but it could have easily burned down the entire damn house.
What was I? Another situation around 7, I think. I understood the concept of boiling water. If you put water in a pot and let it cook long enough, it's going to boil. And that was fascinating because bubbles. I was a really dumb kid. I was like, bubbles. I'm so excited for bubbles. But then I thought, what happens if you do this with oil?
Oh, of course.
I turned it on, and it give you some bubbles. But I am a 7-year-old child, so I turned it on and I went and watched Mr. Rogers. I was like, that guy has shit to do. Like, he's talking about making applesauce. I'm into this.
I'm busy. He's got to go wash somebody's feet and all that jazz.
Like I gotta go see this. He's doing some weird shit today.
Yeah.
And I remember sitting there. I don't know how long later. I saw some light flickering on the wall in the kitchen. I was like, the fuck is that? And I went in the kitchen. There's just this flame up to the ceiling.
Pure grease fire.
Fortunately, my uncle was home because I didn't have good like supervision as a child, so I don't know where my mom was, but she wasn't home. And I ran upstairs, banged on my uncle's door, and fortunately, like I said, he was home because normally he was across over in Canada because we were up in Detroit. He comes running downstairs, grab the towel, grab the pot handle, and threw it outside. And thinking about that, I was like, damn, dude, if that shit happened now in my current life as an adult, I wouldn't even thought to grab a towel. I would have just been like, yo, grab your important shit. We got to go.
Well, unfortunately, he didn't know how to handle the grease fire. He just put the top onto it and it burns itself out.
Yeah, I mean, anything of those were better than what I would have done. I was just like, yeah, we got to go.
He just abandoned the whole house.
I was like, I didn't like that house, no way.
I was like, yeah, dang. Well, we got insurance. It's all good. It's all good. You can get a new one. You can get a better house, fresh.
Problem is, a lot of these action figures, like, I can't get them again.
See, that's why you gotta get like a 3D printer. It's like, all right, just scan them, and they just print out whole new ones.
Yeah, that's a little. Yeah, nah. Like anyone who's got that ability, good for you. I ain't the one. Like,
it does require a lot of work.
I'm not into a lot, dude. I've been a blue belt for like fucking 40 years. I'm not into hard work. Like, I'm into chilling. They're like, hey, so we need you the shrimp, down the mat. Can't do that.
Well, that's okay because like in Severna Park, your mat's like 5 miles long, so it's like shrimping down that mat's different than shrimping down a normal human length mat.
I don't go to some of the other classes just because I know that's part of warm up. The Saturday class we don't do that, so I'm just like, oh, we just gonna like grip fight.
See, this is why you gotta work your way to purple belt. That way you can just skip the warm up. You've seen the memes. You just sit around and just look at people.
I've noticed like, on Saturday, like some purple belts just be showing up late. It's like, what y'all doing?
No, the wildest ones is when they show up and they just sit there and watch everyone do it. It's like you still need to warm up. You gotta like get your muscles flowing, guy.
They're not even covering it up at that point. They're just straight up looking like, I ain't gonna pretend I was late.
They're not even talking. They're just in there, like, just watching everybody. It's like, all right, now it's time to come in.
Like, suckers. It's like, damn, dude, you ain't got to say it like that, man. Like, I know I'm, like my hip be hurting sometimes. Like when they be like, yo, do some cartwheels down the mat. I'm like, I can do some fucking great cartwheels, but I don't mean I want to. Like, I do like 3 cartwheels. I'm like, that's enough for the day. Like, I mean, having my heart rate monitor on and shit, like, boom, boom. I was like, yo, I'm in the red. like
Your thing starts going off. Like, beep, stop. Beep.
you just see me like flatline. I was like, this must have been the cartwheels. But yeah, so I've been wanting to have you on for a while, but whenever and this happens with like most folks, I'm like, yeah, like, I got to get this person on. I got to get this person on. But I just get like a bunch of like things flooded in my brain. So I'm like, okay, I'll reach out to him and I forget. And I think, well, after the picnic, the cookout and whatnot, I was like, all right, yeah, I'm going to definitely like reach out to him. I think I sent you a message and then kind of, again, got distracted. Because I think we like ran into each other. It was like, yeah, I'm waiting on you. I was like, fuck.
Yeah, like I'm not a busy man. I'm mostly just doing bullshit on Saturdays, as one should do. That's your day to do bullshit.
Dude, I train on Saturday. And I come home and take a nap.
Oh, exactly. That's the best kind. It's like you wake up early after like a night of drink just to go out and train for like 2 hours, and then your whole body conks out.
I'll sit on a couch and watch a Christmas movie, and they're like, "Dad, you want to watch The Grinch?" Mm-hmm. Right to sleep. I don't even pretend. I don't even get to the opening credits. It's just like, give me a blanket.
I mean, you've seen it before. You know what is going to happen.
Probably. I don't know. I went to sleep each time. It was like, fucking Jim Carrey. You want to sleep. But yeah, it was like, all right, well, when you said, yeah, I'm good on Saturdays, I was like, okay, cool. We do a Saturday. And I was like, I got to work around this ideal of like training and then recording, or like, you know what? Fuck it. We're going to do it. We're going to power through it. And then I was like, do I want to do like interview style, like ask some questions, which I got questions, or let's just sit here and just fucking talk. I was like, because it's just going to end up being us talking anyway. I got questions, but it's going to ultimately end up being like conversational, because I know most of you listeners tune in, they hear the stories of grapplers, but sometimes I be like, yeah, that's fascinating. So let's talk about something else.
Let's just keep on this banter around. Like, make it a little normal thing. It's like no one wants to hear like some dude talk about himself all the time. Like, you want like little asides. Like, every now and again I go out and look at bitches or something. I don't know.
It's like, I love twerk videos. It's like, oh, we fucking knew it. Like I guess
I mean, most men do. It's like that girl Nasty Naz on Instagram. Shit.
My algorithm,
shout out to Nasty Naz if she's listening to this. She's married, but hopefully not very long.
My algorithm is trash because of Mark. Because I find horrible things to send him. And I told him this the other day. I go, yo, my algorithm is destroyed because of you. Like,
I should say this on the podcast, but it's like everyone knows. Like, people call him Rala. Well, only one person, one specific person that he knows, calls him Rala Simp. Like, oh, but then it's like one of those things where it's like, how do you know he's liking all of these Instagram thoughts unless you're following the Instagram thoughts as well? No, you're just not liking them.
He's pointed out. So I don't like them because that's how my algorithm gets fucked up. That's why I have 14 accounts. And I have a burner account where if I see something, I send it to that account, go there, like it. And it's like, we're safe. But it's not really that safe because it still goes and runs the algorithm.
But see, that's a smart move. It's like you have one that's just nothing but like booty, butt cheeks, one that's jujitsu, and one that's like maybe like business.
Yes.
And never the three shall meet.
The Off the Mats Instagram was supposed to be strictly business. That's the worst. Like,
of course,
I open it because it's like it's.
Well,
like,
have you seen the jujitsu girls now? Like, they've like it's a full. There's OnlyFans girls and jujitsu girls, and that Venn diagram, that middle part is like there's like so like a little bit edge on this outside, a little bit edge on this other outside.
Well, it's like all these muscle mommies. It's just like, and it's like. I promise I am actually like fascinated with like the fitness. I'm like, yo, good for you. And then they're like, yeah, ha, got you. Now you're going to watch me twerk. It's like, that's not what I was here for. I wasn't here for that.
It's like it's jiu-jitsu video. She's at the beach somewhere in a thong. It's like, well, that's one of these things is not like the other.
And it's like, God, like, and it's, sometimes, like, I'll be at work, just like flipping through it and like I'll open up and it's like, oh my God. This is not me. This is not who I am.
It's Instagram's fault.
I was actually looking for a De La Hiva video. Like, sorry. And they're like, what the fuck is a De La Hiva? You may as well just been looking for that because like you don't even know what you just said.
Well, it's like apparently it's like, well, that's the thing is like that girl, she made it like 3 De La Hiva videos, and then suddenly the whole thing changed. It's like a very weird dynamic.
Yeah, it's. Well, there's some young lady, I don't remember her name, but like she does like tons of jiu-jitsu stuff, but she makes it very clear, I have an OnlyFans. Go there. And I'm like, this is not helping anything. And it's like, I need to just follow more dude grapplers so I don't have this problem. There's one guy's wife is on his, like, it's like, yo,
Like
son,
how?
chill.
Like how did this overlap happen?
Like, I am genuinely trying to find like posts so I can repost on BJJ Wiki, and it's like, oh no.
Well, it's like you'd get a lot of follows. You start reposting the OnlyFans content as well. Just like this girl is also into BJJ.
So I what's her name? Mary AB. I don't know what the AB for. I'm sure
Mary
it's
AB.
She's 10th Planet. She might be in Oregon, California. One of those two. And she has collabed me in a few videos, and it's just like I don't, most of the time I don't even look at the video anyway. I just say, okay, I approve, whatever. I trust y'all. I should not have trusted them on this one. And it's like I'm looking at the comments. It was like, oh my Lord, is that to me? And I had to look at what video was attached to because people are like basically calling her thirst trap and all these things. Like,
oh, of course.
Jesus Christ, like they're horrible humans.
It's like you got like a bunch of thirsty dudes out there, and like according to I forgot which study it was, but like that whole male loneliness epidemic, they're all just super duper thirsty, hoping for anything, and apparently looking at these ladies online commenting thirsty comments. That's the outlet.
It's like, damn, dude, like relax. I think she's a lesbian.
No, just go for it. I don't care. It's all online.
I'm almost certain she doesn't like guys anyway. Like, which is even better. That's so much.
Oh, she likes their money. That's what it is.
It's so much funnier because it's like, yes, this is even better.
Like, please.
Like, please, Mary. Is like, nope. Actually, I should have her on the podcast. I just feel like that's going to get very disastrous.
No, get like Epps on that podcast. I would pay out the nose. I would give you money.
That's a Patreon episode.
Yeah.
like because like half the time people don't know what I look like, so I could just probably have Epps fill in, just sit down and record.
It's like, yeah, he's just like, yeah, this is what I look like all the time. He won't even try to match your voice. Just be sitting there like, yeah, I'm BJJ Wiki, I'm Dante. I can't remember what my last name is.
It's like you sound a lot different. Yeah, I got laryngitis. Like, what the dude, like I might try to pull it off. I had a young lady on recently, and the camera came on. She goes, "Oh my God, you're black."
Like, the people can't hear that in your voice. Hold on to me. Yeah, you sound black. I close my eyes. For anyone listening, I close my eyes. I'm trying to listen to the blackness in his voice.
Well, then I had to ask. I was like, "Well, have you listened to the?" Because I always tell like folks, like, listen to 1, maybe 2 episodes, just so you can know what you're coming into. Because something like in the early days, I had a guy come on the podcast to promote a book.
Yeah,
it was a children's book. And I'm certain he listened to some of the other episodes because he goes, hey, before I hit record, he's like, can you do me a favor? Could you try not to swear? So, I'm not a fucking monster, okay? I know we're promoting a fucking kid's book. You think I'm gonna so we got this fucking book here. Yeah, my kid fucking loves it. Like,
But your kids are bitch asses, so they probably won't like it. But if your kid isn't a bitch ass, he's gonna enjoy this book.
Like if your kids are cool and not little like ragamuffin fucks like his, like your kids are gonna love this book.
Oh, that would have been amazing. You should have just went off, and then as soon as he leaves, you just keep going ragging on the book.
It actually, like I'm normally on my best behavior though, but the second that he said, "Could you please not like curse?" It took
Ooh.
everything in me not to, because I wanted to just like rebel. I wanted to
So
be
you got that chaos in you. It's like, I wasn't going to, but now that you've told me not to.
like my wife and I recorded one of our horror podcasts, and we were talking about what oh, we're doing a kid friendly horror, like if you're in a household that loves horrors, like the
What's it?
kids are going to be exposed to it a little bit,
Oh,
but
like the witches or something like that.
yeah, like
Okay.
things like, I mean, even like little kiddie books, like Mouse's First Halloween, stuff like that.
Okay.
And as we're recording, I think, and my daughter was on the episode with us because I was supposed to be the buffer.
No, yeah, you're not gonna curse around your daughter, obviously. Well, like she hasn't done anything bad, so you can't curse at her right now.
No, I don't curse at her, but I for sure curse around. But whatever was going, I can't remember what we said. I was like, blah, 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 fucking, whatever. And then I knew it, but I just kind of kept going. I was like, I'll edit it in post.
Yeah.
And then my daughter goes, Dad, you just said the F word. I was like, yeah, I know.
That's so sweet.
I was like, I'm aware. And I think at the end, I said something else. We just threw the episode out. I was like, and then we redid it. But to be fair, that first one actually was really, really good. Besides me cussing, the second one was fine. But and then when we did the Nightmare Before Christmas, that was meant to be strictly a kid-friendly episode. No cussing, no nothing. My wife and I don't like that movie though, so I went in on it.
You don't like that's a classic.
I don't not like it. I just don't love it. Like people are like, that's their whole personality. I'm just like,
Oh, those people.
It's fine.
The people who take it too far, like the people who like only shop at Hot Topic and it's got dag everywhere. Like, I get that. It's like it's a good movie, but it's like it's not.
It's fun.
Your entire damn life.
It's like I have movies that I love, but then I like. I'm in a basement full of fucking action figures, but that's not my personality. I walk out of here, I might have on a comic T-shirt, but I'm not gonna walk around and act like I'm Wolverine.
Oh yeah.
Like, you see me in a fucking Safeway, like going sneak. I was like, yo, what is this dude doing?
Yeah, because like I've met people like that. Like I said, like I've gone to MagFest, and it's like you tell that's that person all 365 days of the year. He's not just here. This is his life, and I just happen to be visiting. But like here, like I've met you several times, and it's like this is a pretty dope basement. But I would have never suspected that you were this big of a Marvel head, because it's all Marvel.
Yeah, well, I got some DC figures in the bathroom because I don't really fuck with DC like that. So, like, yeah, y'all can see.
Also, you're just like right on top of the toilet.
It's like, so when people are in there like pissing, it's like you're just being watched by Superman. It's like, motherfucker.
Actually, yeah, that's weird.
Yo, my one buddy, you go to his bathroom in the basement, there's a picture of Lionel Richie right in front of the toilet, and it's uncomfortable every time. Just sitting there
just
pissing.
staring at you.
Yes,
like staring this in your light.
I think there's a picture of Michael Jackson in bubbles, like
the monkey
in a frame on a sink. It's like, yo, what?
Yeah, I would never visit that man's house. Like, if we chilling, he got to come over to my place. I don't need that in my life.
I think he's trying to force people to sit down to pee. That's what I think he's trying to do.
I mean, that would do it.
Like, I don't want to look at Lionel Richie.
If I'm standing and Lionel Richie's like locking eyes with me, I'm like, yeah, I'm definitely gonna sit down.
Because every time I go down there to pee, I hear hello. And I'm like, like, I don't never want to drink at this house. But nah, it's like all this plastic down here is filling that void, that hole that was left in my childhood.
Oh yeah, well you couldn't like get any of this. Like, oh, I get it. I got myself like the 2 Infinity Gauntlets from the movie, like
nice.
The big ass ones that you can wear.
I've been thinking about it.
Oh, you should have got one this early. Those things are expensive now.
Like I can still get the Nano Gauntlet at a decent price, but it's like,
oh, the small one.
I'm like, But why? What do I need it? Because right now all of the I think the prices went up on it, but they're selling like individually each of the stones in their original like casings. How like you get the Tesseract, it's a little square. The Power Stone was like in a little sphere, and I was like, ooh, like I can get these, and they're all like $40, $30. I was like, ooh, but then I was like, where would I put them? Like I'm looking around the basement, I was like, yo, I'm out of room.
You'd have to make a shelf down here just
for
those.
Well, that's the floating shelves.
Oh yeah. Yeah. You put it on top of one of those like this.
Yeah, I tell my wife, is like the rule is if I don't have room, I don't buy, but we can always make room. So, there's a bathroom there, so we won't mess with that. The AC or the whatchamacallit is back behind us, so I can't fuck with that. One of these walls can be knocked down though. Like,
Just expand your basement.
like
Just
we could do something.
add more fingers.
I don't fuck with those neighbors next door anyway. Let's fucking knock these walls down.
Yeah. As long as you don't have an HOA, you're good to go. Go for it.
We do. Fuck them too. They talk about, you need to power wash like the back of your house. Like,
The fuck I do.
power wash your mother's house. Get the fuck out my face.
You can power wash this ass. That's what you can do.
Yeah, why are you looking in the back of my house, dude? You're weird.
Oh, I hate HOAs, man. Just a bunch of like old biddies with like too much power.
Yo, my buddy's mom had a bird feeder in the front yard, and someone like complained and made her take. It was like maybe the size of this bottle. Made her take the bird feeder down. Like, we were kids, so whatever. But don't. If I got a bird feeder out front and you tell me I got to take it down, we're going to war. And I don't even mean like on some like physical, like we about to fight. No, I'm doing some dastardly things. I'm getting addresses. I'm finding out your car. Like, don't go on the freeway because those wheels might roll off. Like, don't. And it's all over a bird feeder. So I'm like, I like feeding the birds. How many birds are adorable?
Like, how does that hurt you in any way? Like, how does that lower the value of your house? There's a bird feeder in front that feeds like little hummingbirds or squirrels. That's mostly who eats bird feeders or squirrels.
Yeah, that's true. Like, and I mean, my wife used to fucking put food out for the squirrels out back to the point where these motherfuckers just start showing up and hanging out. And it was like, then when COVID hit, we're like, we might got to make a garden in the back because we don't know what's gonna happen. We might die, so we got it like,
gotta get a whole farm. You gotta get some chickens, honey.
Hey, I'm glad nobody had to rely on us for food because we grew 2 tomatoes and a cucumber. Like, we couldn't make a full salad. It was just like
you had toppings for a sandwich.
It was just like, if y'all was relying on us, sorry.
That's a wrap.
But she got a live trap and captured all the squirrels and relocated them to the park like 3 miles down the road.
Really?
It was like,
I didn't even know that existed.
Yeah, I'm just like, she's wild. My wife just be doing wild. She was like, hey, let's be friends with the squirrels. Fuck them now. Let's get rid of them.
There's like 50 of them back there.
Yeah, like she like out there naming the squirrels and shit. I was like, chill, son.
Off some Disney princess stuff.
If I knew this was part of the deal, we would never sign that contract. Like, no extension next year.
That sounds like some stuff that I would do when I was like 12. Just like all right, let's when you start chasing squirrels. Like, if I had like the know-how and smarts, I'd be like, all right, let's go trap these squirrels. I might have my own squirrel.
It's like
I'll be the only kid in the neighborhood with a squirrel.
They're like, we just walking down the street with a squirrel on your shoulder. It's like Ricky Ticky. It's like, what the fuck is Jeremy doing now? Like, he's fucking that fucking squirrel, yo.
No, when you were 12, that would be amazing. All the kids would be like, yo, that man got a squirrel.
It'd be amazing at first.
Yeah,
and then I'd be
like, realize.
Like, I don't know, man. That seems no, because my neighbor a few doors down, I remember a squirrel got into their ventilation system.
Yeah.
And they just kept it.
Really?
And then they tried to like release it back out. They're like, you can't do that now because it's
domesticated. Like, it's gonna get killed immediately.
So they had to take it to the shelter, and we all know what happened. But
they put it like the shelter's not keeping a damn squirrel. They're gonna kill that thing immediately.
Like, we're gonna reacclimate them to. It's like, no, you're not. You're going to at least do it humanely. Like, don't like. They're good folks.
I don't even think they do it humanely. It's like at that point because like it's like
they drown
putting down like a rat humanely. It's like you're just gonna throw it in a furnace or in like a toilet. You're just gonna get rid of it.
That was hurtful. Right? So look, sometimes we have these beliefs like Santa Claus and Easter Bunny, where we feel like this is what it is until somebody, Jeremy, comes along and says, "Hey, they just throw the rats in the fire," and it's like, I wasn't ready for that today.
Because like you're not gonna just go whisper to this rat and just pet it and like, don't worry, we'll put you down. It's like, no, it's like
I thought they just
grab the mother and
injected it
and just
and put
chuck
it to
it at a
sleep.
wall a few times and then toss it in the trash. That's what's gonna happen.
My whole worldview is really fucked right now, and
Hey, how you think I feel? This is how I live.
I don't know what to do with that information, but I'll definitely take it over to the Big Brothers Big Sisters Club and let the kids know.
Yeah, you gotta disseminate that information to other children. Actually, where's your daughter? She's upstairs. Let me.
Hey, kiddo, come on down. Got something to tell you.
I gotta explain something to you about the world.
Like
there is no farm.
Like, I think the kids in the neighborhood have been fucking with her about Santa Claus, and she's like adamant about that shit. She's like, no, he's real. He is real. And like we had this discussion on our other podcast. I was like, yo, when did you stop believing in Santa Claus? And I was actually pretty old. It was like I wanted to continue to believe, but I kind of knew. And I was like, I'm talking about like double digits, like older, not like teens, but I was approaching teens, and I was just like, Everybody else was like probably like 8 or 9. I was like, God damn. Like, yo, your family's hated you. My family just let me keep believing. I was like, yeah, Santa got this one. Because I think my grandparents adopted me when I was 12. And I remember they did the whole Santa thing. And but I was still running with it because it's like, but you don't want to accept it. So, they played along. And then like when I turned 13, I was like, all right, the jig is up.
Well, it's like that's the thing with like Santa, like that's how it lasts so long. It's like one part of the myth is like if you stop believing, the presents will stop, and you're like, well, I'm gonna keep fucking believing.
Yeah, believing.
I'll believe until I'm 58. I don't care.
When I didn't get that Super Nintendo, that's when I knew. I was like, this motherfucker ain't real.
That's what really breaks it. Is like, man, I wanted this expensive ass thing. That Santa didn't come by at all. That motherfucker ain't real.
Like, yo, he's not real at all, yo. I asked for a Sega Genesis.
Your parents try to hit you. It's like, no, it's too expensive for Santa. It's like, he got magic. That'll make no sense.
It was like, nah, he makes wood toys. Well, you can make a Sega Genesis out of wood and get the components, put the shit in there. What are you talking about?
Santa can't go to Radio Shack? What's going on?
Like, yo, I seen a commercial. Like, I'm not stupid.
I saw him at the Radio Shack in the commercial.
Yeah.
What's going on?
I know he picked one up. He got himself a Walkman. I saw him. Like, this is the new age. Santa Claus is hip now.
Yeah, he should know all these things, man. Elves have like degrees.
Yeah, it's like, but she be fighting for it though. She was like, nah, you real. And then she told us she's gonna go because I guess she saw it in Home Alone. It was like, I know how this works. You're not the real Santa, but you know him up there. So she was like, yo, I'm gonna go talk to Santa because I know that's not the real Santa, and I'm gonna go let him know. I was like,
oh, she ratting on people now? She go snitch on you to Santa? That's rough.
I was like, yo, kid, you gotta chill. Like, you gonna get us kicked out of Bass Pro Shopping. Like, I can't be getting kicked out of other stors.
That's some weird SS thing. Like, let me report you to Santa.
That kid is on some shit though. She be like, she'll look at me and she'll just was like, what were you like as a kid, Dad? Like, what do you mean?
That's an inquisitive child.
Yeah, it's like, what do you want to know? Like, I don't know. Sometimes she be scaring me, dude.
It's because she listens to this podcast. She's getting ready for her own. It's gonna be called Kid Talk or something.
She was down here yesterday. Was it? Yeah, it might have been down here one of these last 2 days. And I'm trying to do my notes.
Yeah.
And she just kept talking. I go, yo, dude, just go make a podcast, kid. She's like, I'm trying. I was like,
oh gosh.
I was like, try harder. like I'm trying to work, please. Like, I'll come up and like play Sorry in Candyland with you later. I just need to get these notes done. Like, but like, you talk a lot. So do I. That's why I have 3 podcasts. Like, you go make one. But now she funsy. She's a fun kid. Like, I'm sitting here bullshit. My bad. We like 30 minutes in.
Oh, we are?
and I knew like,
hey, we got the banter going. I need to be your co-host. Don't give me like a drum kit. I'll just go. Do people still do that? I don't watch late night.
Are late night shows still a thing?
Yeah, like Conan still goes. I see him talking about Trump all the time.
I
so
thought Conan died. Like, he's really alive?
I think he's still alive. I have to Google it. It's like, maybe he's dead, and I don't know. I know Larry King is dead. He's still dead, right?
He's dead?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he died.
That's fucked. I thought Conan was maybe I mixed him up.
You're messing up the two of them. One's super old, and the other one's also old, but less super.
Conan. How do you spell Conan? That's Connor. I need Conan. Oh, you know why that's wrong? Because I misspelled his name. Conan O'Brien. So apparently he's still alive. Yeah. He's 61. My bad. Sorry.
Well, it'd be funny if he listens to Off the Mess. He's like, I'm still alive, you jackass. Come on, Dante.
Oh, hey, nah, but for real, our other podcast, Columpton Beer Club, where we do beer reviews, Rampage, liked my post about it.
Oh, really?
So
Okay,
I
okay.
tagged him and put it in the story. Like, yo, if it's good enough for Rampage and your mom, it's good enough for you. Go fucking listen to the pod. Yo, might not want to listen to that podcast.
See, that's the brand synergy going on right here.
Yeah.
Like, go listen to this. Rampage loves it, so you have to love it and love all the other ones as well.
Well, when Eli was here last night, when we were recording, I was like, yeah, Jeremy's gonna be on tomorrow. Or no, I was like, Jeremy's gonna be on the podcast. I was like, this one? Or off the mess? I was like, off the mess. No. We got to first fill him out first. I want to just be like, yo, come be on Colompton first. It's like, what was that? Not your vibe. We down here drinking beers and talking shit. And you're like, yeah, I just want to talk about, New Jersey Open coming up. It's like, oh, wrong table, buddy. Like, hey,
I don't seem like a good time. Come on now.
I mean,
Outside the mats, I drink. I got myself my White Claw. You know, my because I'm watching my weight.
I didn't want to say. I'm gonna stay away from the sound bar because I'm just trying to be a nice guy here.
See, I know you wanted to talk about it. You kept eyeing it every time. You're like, look down and like, well, I drink beer like a man, but
honestly,
White Claw's okay.
I honestly don't like. I've been eyeing them because I ran out of water. I'm like, oh, man,
I mean, they're black cherry.
Live a little. But
like,
if my co-hosts come around this corner, we're like, I'm gonna throw the shit right across the room. We're like, nah, I was drinking this water. Yeah, your water empty. Nah, yeah, but nah, I don't do that.
No, see, you gotta wait for like if I'm here, I'd be like, hey, what's wrong with White Claw? You got a problem with White Claw? And then I just kill the whole vibe so we could drink our fun in peace.
It's actually pretty tasty though.
Ain't it though? Like this is why I actually train jiu-jitsu, so I could drink and not have anyone talk shit
That
about
actually
me.
is part of the thing too. Is like
Ain't it?
I have like a little bit of a chip on my shoulder at times, but it's not even about like, oh, I can beat them up. It's a matter of like I have like the balls to now question you. I was like, yo, you drink White Claw? What's wrong with it? Well, I mean, it's just a bit okay.
Like, well, I'm drinking it. Are you trying to say that I'm a
But I'm drinking it and it's delicious. Like anything else to add to that? No, I'm just saying. What are you saying though? Like the thing is, I don't want to fight, but I do want to make them uncomfortable.
You want to make them uncomfortable so you can just like enjoy your drink in peace.
Well, that's what I do at Thanksgiving now. Like my brother-in-law, like I know how he is. I say shit to like just get under his skin, but he gets under my skin too. So it's kind of like one of those things where it's like I just say shit. I'm like, what did he? He's I can't even remember what we were arguing. Oh, we were arguing about country music, and I told him I was going to kick him in his chest because he was annoying me. Because he was like, I went to college on a music degree. I was like, dog, I don't even think that's how that works.
Yeah,
like on a music degree, like
that's not
fucking
there's
dummy.
several of people that do that. They write jingles now.
It was like I was trying to tell him I don't like being cut off, and he does it every year. Like last year, I told him, you cut me off again, I will choke you. And he was like, Jake, you got to work on it. I was like, I don't got to work on nothing.
Ugh, you hit him with one of those. I mean, like, you don't want to do stuff like that, but every now and again.
No, but I do it to him just to fuck with him.
Oh,
like anyone else, I am like being chill, but with him, I'm trying to like, I'm just fucking with him. I want him to like
just try it,
just do something dumb, so I can like put him through a table like the fucking Dudley Boys. Just yell to my wife, Sarah, get the table.
And the chair.
She's just holding on, and it's like we go, weather. We probably, they would never let us come back to grandma's house for Thanksgiving, which is fucked up. Because
that's okay. You don't want to go there. She has to come to your house now. Yeah. It all works full circle.
It's like, all right, you know what? That's fine. I don't want to come here. No way. We gonna come to Dante's Friendsgiving, and guess what? We're podding the entire time.
Oh my god!
Every seat will have a mic. It's like, oh my, that's Patreon material right there.
Oh, see, that's ridiculous. That'd be an amazing thing. You got to invite like the most racist people you know, just to.
I know quite a few.
Invite Byung. No. Hopefully he doesn't read this. I get like a message later just of pure nonsense.
It's like, what the fuck?
Like, come on, man.
Yo,
I mean, yeah, that guy.
It's
he's
like,
okay.
It's crazy because it's like, like my wife and I were talking about the whole holiday thing. I was like, I see so many people who like don't fuck with going back home for Thanksgiving and shit. I was like, I love going back, like, because I love my grandparents. They're fucking awesome. My sister's great. My uncle, everybody's cool. The kids are great. It's the brother-in-law who's kind of a nuisance, but I always shut him down anyway. because each year I make like a low key death threat, and then it's chill after that. Like, but this time when I did tell him I was going to kick him in the chest, I did say, you know what? Let me go ahead and remove myself. So I grab a pack of M&Ms and walk downstairs. My wife and daughter downstairs playing Chutes and Ladders. I was like, what's up? I was like, yo, I got to breathe a minute because I was about to throw that man off the balcony. She's like, don't let him get to you. So I went back upstairs, sat down. The Lions halftime, show was over, sat down. And I was like, I'm not even going to talk to this dude directly. Like after the Lions won, we jumped up and hugged and everything. Like, yeah.
Then it was like all the tension was gone. It's like,
oh no, it was still there.
Oh,
but, well, for me it was.
It was
like on that hug, I just like kind of got a little taste. Like, got an over under right now. You about to go for a ride.
You just put that little bend in his spine,
just that little torque,
little tiny one to let him know that I'm hugging you, but. It's a pretty tough hug.
I'm in control. Just understand this.
This is a rough hug.
It's like, because whenever I hug my family, it's always like, the standard hug. But when I hug him, it does come in a little stronger, just so he knows, like, I can do things to you. Just remember this. And it's I mean, whenever, like, the night ends and, like, when we're going home, like, we always, like, make up. It's like, oh, love you, man. Love you too, man. And it's like, next year, though. like I'll be ready. So, because I think he said with our daughter, like she, he goes, when y'all going to straighten her hair out? I was like,
oh, ugh. I hate that so much.
Like
what the hell is that?
Like,
excuse me?
No, my wife was quick. She was like, never. What the fuck is wrong with you? But I mean, he's old school. He's like in the 60s.
Oh,
so,
that makes sense, son. Okay.
So it's like, when I hear shit like that, like I do kind of taper, my mentality is like, this dude is like,
he's from a different time.
Yeah. So
like black girls need to straighten out their hair. I get that.
You got to straighten your hair for this. And I was like, dog, no, you don't.
No, you don't.
Like, my kid loves her hair.
It's a modern age. Haven't you seen like ladies online? They got those twists, those like that weird bouncy afro thing.
Yeah, like I was like, I love my kid's hair. I'd be like, yo, rock that shit, son.
Yeah,
like, do what you do and be proud of it. And, but
and you don't need to put caustic chemicals perm is just pure acid that people are putting in their head. That's all it is.
You can smell that it's acid.
It's it burns your scalp while you're doing it.
Like I remember growing up and smelling that shit. I was just like, damn, you trying to do that? You don't even look good though. That was a double whammy.
You said that on the inside though, because let you say that to a black woman on the outside.
No. My cousin's mom, he grew up in a house. I think that was five sisters or four sisters. It was like 5 women in a house, and I remember anytime we went over as kids to visit, fist fights. So I knew never to step out of pocket over there. Like, yo, the mashed potatoes were not good, but I never told them that. The fucking greens, a little too aggressive on the spice. It was like, I ate that shit with a smile. I was like, yo, this is good. This is good, Aunt Tracy. This is good.
You just go like, I'm just full right now.
But I saw Aunt Tracy square up with a dude one time and won. I was just like, I don't want that smoke.
Those are the tough women.
like Aunt Tracy, like not just won, but like decisively. I was just like, fuck. It wasn't like one of those fights where it's like, oh, that was close, but she won. Like, no,
she beat the brakes off this guy.
And just as a kid, when you see that, your like shift of the world, it's just like.
You became a feminist right then and there.
Yeah, I was like, yo, if you want, I'll do these dishes. Like, I don't even care. Like, it's good. It's good.
Yeah, I'll do these dishes. I'll clean your car. I don't even know how to change oil, but I'll change some oil.
Yeah, I'll figure this out.
I'll figure it out.
Like, yo, you want me to make dinner tomorrow? I got this. Like, kid, you're 6. Yeah, I know, but.
Yeah, I know how to make a mean peanut butter and jelly.
Like, no one can do it better than me. Best in the world. But, like, when I saw Aunt Tracy do that shit, I was just like, phew. And then all the sisters were always fist fighting each other. I was just like,
gosh.
What is this chaos? I gotta leave Detroit. Like, this is not right.
Well, that's par for the course in Detroit. I mean,
yeah.
But is Detroit the one that has the gun game, or is that Chicago? Have you seen that online where
Sounds like Chicago.
people are just like, "Hey, you got your gun," and point a gun directly at a person, and they're like, "Yeah, I got my gun," and they point it at somebody.
Very
else.
Chicago. we got to get Huggy on here. I got some questions now.
I ask him if like, "Hey, did you ever play the gun game?" Yeah, I play the gun game. Watch this. Like, oh,
It's like, yo, we're at Nogi right now. Where did that gun come from? like, there's a holster on your ankle. Yo, why?
he's like, "You always gotta have it on you. You have it on you."
Like, yo, this is not Chicago. We're not even in Baltimore. Like, what are you doing?
You're in the suburbs, man.
like I'm in Elkridge. Like, it is safe.
And very, very well. No, Elkridge is one of those weird places where it's like,
Yeah, there's a line though.
oh, it's like gated community and then random prostitute. You're like, okay, this is kind of dope, but also kind of weird.
There are like times where like when you're on Route 1, just period, Savage, Laurel, just all that. You're looking along the line. It's just like, 15 more steps. Yeah, there's a gated community right there. And it's just weird. Like, I can cross the street. Like, Glen Burnie is kind of like that too, where like, or Millersville, Glen Burnie, like you cross the street and it's like these nice houses, and then you go back on the other side of the street and like it's gray.
Random crackhead comes up, like, give me your money. I saw you come over here. I saw you come out of the nice place. It's like, I was just looking at it.
It's like, but what happens if I go back over on this side of the street? I won't fuck with you. It's fucking weird. Okay.
I can't cross the street.
I'm not allowed. They have repellents. They got
crackhead repellent? Like where does one buy crackhead repellent?
I will buy your supply. Like,
just spray yourself constantly with it. It's like, all of Baltimore would be great.
Oh yeah, I'd go to Baltimore all the time. Just spray myself.
Spray yourself crack repellent, and it's like, all right, I'm good. Go anywhere I want.
Crack repellent, but then like if you get near the block, that shit don't work. you go near the block, and they're just like, that's just like Banaka to them. They're like, give me more. Yeah,
that place,
dude. We should have just did a Compton episode because this is what this has turned into.
Yeah,
at this
just
point.
like just constantly talking about stuff.
Like we're here drinking and just bullshit. They're like, we really want to know about like Jeremy's jiu-jitsu journey. No, you don't.
It's okay. It's a normal thing.
Like,
I just showed up one day and I said jiu-jitsu, and I even said what belt I am.
Yeah, I was trying to intro with that, but I forgot.
Yeah, I just keep interrupting you just with more conversation. In case there's anyone still listening, I am a brown belt.
Well, I was gonna say, Crazy 88 brown belt, Jeremy Collins, and then I was like, but I forgot. I was like, shit, like I forgot to say brown belt. Oh well. Also, I only like telling people it's belt rank because I'm a blue belt. So it's like, yeah, man, y'all been, you've been training for a minute, son. Shouldn't you have a brown? I was like, no, but everybody else does. Like, Epps got his blue belt 2 weeks after me. It was like, Epps told me, he was like, Dante, you got to get your purple before I get my brown. Then he gets his brown the next week. Like, dude, shut the fuck up. Like, leave me alone. Like, why are you this way? Like
I get it. Like, now you can't see Epps anymore because like he's gonna bring it up each and every time you see him. He's like, "Hey, I got my brown belt. When are you gonna get your purple?"
Well,
huh?
No.
Huh?
Now what he does as a brown belt is he's like, I'll go from time to time on Sunday. He's like, here, I want to drill some wrist locks on you. I was like,
why are you wrist locks?
Why are you drilling wrist locks, yo?
That's very weird.
Yeah, well, that's why I stopped going on Sundays.
Like he's just fucking with you.
Yeah, he was like, well, I saw him like drilling on someone else though. And I was like, this is weird, yo. I don't think I want to come back anymore.
A very weird statement to make.
Like, I didn't even have like a legitimate plan to drill on anything. I was just like, I'm just gonna come here and help.
Yeah.
And he was like, hey, come over here and he's like drilling wrist locks. I was like, that's not okay. like this is like the real world. Like, we don't drill wrist locks.
Yeah, I don't like. There's no real, unless I'm trying to think of like, why would one want to drill wrist locks? Maybe it's like one of those weird.
They're unhinged.
No, the only wrist locks I can see drilling are those weird stand-up wrist locks. Like when you're dealing with somebody in like nogi and they do that whole hands in your armpits things, because that one's kind of difficult to go off. That's the only one that I can think of.
Like, well, that's one that he was kind of fucking around with a little bit. Cause like, all right, put your hands here, and then he's like, okay, I'm gonna do this. I was like, no, don't do that.
Oh, okay.
Why would you do that? No, he was like going through the gauntlet of wrist locks though. But that was one of them. I was just like
doing like standing wrist locks, like the obnoxious ones.
Yeah, he was like standing up in his guard. It's just all these different things. I was like, yo, stop. Like, I don't want to be your friend if you're gonna do this shit. Dude. Like that's probably why it's like his family's just like, I don't think we want to do jiu-jitsu anymore with you. He's just wrist locking them.
Well, no, like, they all stopped for different reasons.
Because he was wrist locking them. He was like, "Here, we're gonna enjoy this after dinner." He was like, "No, we're not."
Like in the middle of the bed, he's with Sonia. He's like, "Hey, Sonia." She's like, "Ah."
He's probably doing like bedtime stories with the kids and just wrist lock. Hey, wrist lock for good night. Like, yo, why? Like, I actually, I am gonna like sit with him and have him on, and we're gonna do a wrist lock tutorial video.
Oh my gosh.
It won't be on me. I think we're gonna get Mark to come in and be the buffer for that one. Hey, Mark.
Give Mark wrist locks. You gotta get someone who like has real strong wrists and are willing to like not train for a couple of days because their wrist hurts.
Let me see. I can't. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Yeah. Oh no, he teaches Muay Thai still.
He's like, we'll get someone.
You need your ability to punch.
It won't be me though, because I got sensitive wrists. Like, CH tried to wrist lock me today, and I was like, "Yo, don't even do that shit." That was pinned and everything. He grabbed my hand. I was like, "Yo, don't even fucking do it, dude." Like, that shit's on video. like we're close to the phone at that point. He like grabs me and was like, "Don't do this."
It's like it's hard to escape one of his wrist locks. That man's like so tall and lanky.
Yeah.
Like, you have your hands behind you and he's in front of you. He's somehow wrist locking you.
It's like anytime we start from the feet, I don't even know what to do with him. I'm just like I'm trying to pull, but I can't. Like, because he's already extended me out with his arm. I'm like, okay, go ahead, hit your ankle pick. I know it's coming. Then he doesn't ankle pick me though. He'll do a collar drag. And I'm like, fuck.
Well, that's his go-to. Is like his ankle pick's amazing.
Yeah.
But like one of the big things to avoid it is just to sidestep it, because like that's the only thing he does. So if you put yourself in a Muay Thai position where like your one shoulder's forward, there's no way he can reach you.
Most times I do avoid it, but there's just days where it's like we end up kind of in this weird stalemate, and I'm like, you know what, dude. I don't got nothing. Just
here's my foot.
Like, at least this gets us to the ground. Like, and then I can work from there. And then I was like, nope, you're gonna wrist lock me right now.
Oh, trust me, he's gotten me like several times for that thing.
Like, and then I tried it on him. Because I was like, I'm gonna hit you with your own medicine. Nah, he was like, no.
You could do that to a 6'4" long-armed monster.
Well, yeah, he's got me extended out, and I was like, I'm just sitting there, like, what am I thinking?
Like he's standing normal, you're reaching for that other leg, going.
Oh, and I already got like short arms anyway, so like you just see me swatting at his legs, like, what are you doing? It's like, can you move your foot closer?
He hit you with that deep voice. What are you doing? My foot, like.
Yeah, that should be like throwing me off too when he talks. Like, the fuck? Oh, CH, all right. It's like, I forgot. Like, your voice like deep as shit.
Oh gosh.
It's like sometimes I be forgetting. Then when I hear him, I'm like, oh, okay. Like, my bad. Yeah. Chill, son. But yeah, like when you started training, because now we're about to do interviews.
Yeah. we bullshit for quite some time.
Yeah, we bullshit for 50 minutes. Like, Boga's like, yo, the episodes are about 50 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you intermediately cut like some of these. Like this would be a very special episode.
Like very special episode, like where like I get locked in the fridge, like the bicycle man kidnapped me. Yo, if y'all know, y'all know.
Kidnapped you.
Yo, I was watching a YouTube video on the Different Strokes Bicycle Man episode, and I was traumatized all over again. I was like,
wild is that they had laugh tracks still in there. It's like, what is going on here?
No, the Facts of Life had one where they were talking about suicide.
Oh,
and there was a laugh track on the chick talking, yeah, but she just jumped off the top of the school. Yeah. And there was laughter. I was like, yo, what?
They were rough back then.
Yo, 83 was not fucking around. Yo, 83 was like, yo, y'all gonna get these jokes. Just like, that's not a joke.
That's not a joke. That's rough.
I'm concerned. Like, you sure? Yeah, then the fucking Different Strokes joint. Yeah, there's like jokes and everything. It's like Arnold's making jokes. It's like, dog, like, Dudley got kidnapped.
Yeah, it's like we don't know where he is. It's like this is.
You still making jokes here, but your homeboy is like with the bicycle man right now. Like please.
Your homeboy's gonna need therapy forever.
I needed therapy.
He will never not need therapy.
Like, I needed therapy after that shit. I didn't know I needed therapy until I went to therapy and like, yo, when did it all start? So I was watching this episode of Different Strokes. And it was like, and then what? And then like after the episode, Good Times came on, and Penny got burned with the iron.
Oh, that was a wild one. I remember that.
Like growing up, all the kids were like, yo, I love the Cosby Show, and I was like, yo, I hate the Cosby Show because that's not my life. But I love Good Times. Good Times was relatable. Like I watched Good Times, like, yo, I know this life, son. But when Penny got burned with the iron, I was like, I don't want Good Times no more.
It was like, yeah, that's a bit too much. I'm gonna go back to the Cosby Show. Like, what do they have to worry about? There's like, oh, he's calling girls burgers, and that's not what you want to call women.
It's like, oh,
like I've never heard that phrase before ever, but
it's like, the TV shows back then, like those very special episodes, they get you in a way where it's like, huh. Lessons learned. But then now we got the internet. It's like, yeah, don't talk to strangers. Meanwhile, we go on the internet and talk to all the strangers.
Oh, all the time.
That's how I make all my fucking podcast friends. It's like, hey, so you want to be on my podcast?
All
Come
we
to my
do is
basement.
Argue. All we do is argue with strangers and invite them to our homes.
Yeah. It's like, hey, so yeah, we almost fought the other day, but you want to come through and record?
Like, sure, yeah.
It's weird.
Sounds about fun.
Like, it's
What's
really
your
weird.
address?
Like, well, sometimes people like message like, "Oh, we want to send you something." I give them my old work address, and then I call my manager because she lives on site, and I call her like, "Hey, so I might get a package in the mail, or somebody might come there to kill you. I don't know which one, but just heads up, like there might be something in 3 days." And I'll get a call like, "Yeah, you got a couple books here." I was like, okay, guess they weren't there to kill you. All right, cool. Okay, I'll pick them up tomorrow.
Ain't that something? That's awesome.
It's like, wow. Like, meanwhile, it's like if something tragic happens, like, shit, my bad, yo. But hey, I didn't want them coming to my house.
I mean, you got this, man. I mean, I'm the one trained in jiu-jitsu, but like, you got it.
Sorry, you got guns. Like I got swords and knives and shit around the house. Like, I got like assorted weapons like hidden, but it's like, but yeah, I still won't have to use them.
No, sword beats gun. You cut the bullet in half. I mean, you've watched kung fu movies.
I've seen plenty of them. Actually, there was a night like Mark and I were recording. Like we heard it was my neighbors because the walls are thin, but it sounded like they're upstairs. So I grabbed the sword over there. Mark grabbed the wine bottle. But we were ready for war. Like it's just like I don't know how this is gonna go because they got a gun.
No, he'll take a swig and you'll start swinging.
Oh no, I was ready to stab somebody.
Oh,
because I walked up with the store like this, ready like to go. I was like, yo, somebody in my house. Like, but it wasn't. Like it was just the neighbors stomping around. Like,
just fucking around. They're drunk. They're making their own podcast as well.
Yo, over there, I remember the old neighbors. They used to fight. And I remember it was like it was like 2 a.m. Like there was a straight fist fight. And I heard like the wife like, "Stop! You're killing them." And I called the police. I was like, "Yo."
As you should.
It was like these motherfuckers next door fighting. I'm trying to say I gotta work and I gotta I think my daughter might have she was still in her crib for sure. I was like, I got a baby here and I gotta work in one. They're like, "Do you want us to come knock on your door?" I was like, "Absolutely not. I'm going back to sleep. Could you please address this?"
He's like, I've never had a call. No. Cause I live in an apartment. There was one time where like these two dudes were fighting over like some chick. Because the chick was doing both of them dirty. But like, I know that I do jujitsu way too much and I do like Muay Thai way too much. Because I even think of like calling the police or doing anything. I just sitting there critiquing their techniques. It's like the two of them, they just crash. You've seen like World Star videos. They crashed each other and like they started gator rolling with one another. I'm just like,
it's like
this is disgusting. I'm looking like the Skinner meme, like pathetic. I almost want to go down there, like not to break them up, but like to coach them.
Yeah, it's like, hey, okay, you're like, no, you need to get up on your elbow and then get the underhook. Like, okay, fuck, create frames.
Yeah. Create frames, like balance. Like you're just rolling around on each other on the concrete. Like you gotta stand up and.
So you're just gonna fall back down. All right, cool. All right, that's cool. So you gonna block the punches with your face? All right, that's weird, but
so you're just gonna swing from Mississippi, like so people from Mississippi can see your punch coming. Like there's a blind man going, he's about to punch me.
Like bold technique, but let's see if it works.
Yeah.
Like it's not. I'm gonna let you know it's not. But go go off, son. Go off.
See now you're on the ground. What did we learn?
like just get out of there, move. Let me show you. The other guys
come and start demoing.
the other guys confused as shit. Like, what the fuck are we doing? Like, I'm showing y'all how to do this shit right.
I'm trying to show y'all how to fight, so this isn't embarrassing. You're doing this in front of my apartment. Come on,
dumb bastards. Like, you're making me look bad right now. I don't like watching fight videos online. Well, I did. Now I do because I just sit there and critique the shit. Now I'm like, that should be the new BJJ Wiki. Should just start critiquing fight videos.
No, just like breakdowns of like people just doing really awful things.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm too lazy for that.
That requires. I imagine it requires like a lot of work. You gotta like slow down the videos. Like, and you see here, you see where he's just like he hopped up and does like this weird ass Superman punch where his hand is behind him as he throws, and he's punching with the wrong hand. You don't want to do any of that.
I honestly look at a lot of stuff and I'm just like, oh, that's a lot of work. Like, yo, you do like 3 podcasts, well, yeah, but they're not good. Like, there's just me talking into a mic. It's not like I do like. I'm not Batman. There's no prep time here. There's no prep work. I just like you came over today like. Let me find some questions. like I asked these questions before, so I'm like, it was like 12 episodes ago. They ain't gonna remember that, right? There's no prep time, so it's like if I'm like gonna do like breakdown videos of like street fights, it's like no, it's too much work.
Well, you need like prep like Joe Rogan does, and that's just like smoke a really long piece of weed and then just go for it.
Take some Delta 9s, take like 3 of these,
and
just be like, you're like, all right, let's watch these videos. The next thing you know, I'm just sitting out here listening to Bjork. Like just staring at like the fucking screen.
Oh, your listeners just like, this is a terrible podcast. All I'm hearing is Bjork. Oh wait, I love this song.
It's like, dude, this is fucking this is actually pretty good now. Like I always think about like other shit to like try to like make content. I think I'm gonna take these action figures and start like putting them in like Jiu Jitsu poses.
I would love that. That's how you get viral.
Like I was trying that with one of the Spider-Man because the Spider-Man figures are a little bit more limber, but I was trying to get them in a triangle and I was like, oh, like this hard plastic, so I can't get like the leg like around. Like I need a better one. So
like I feel like wrestling would be the easier thing to do with them. Like
True.
a Spider-Man can easily like bend to do a double leg, maybe.
Maybe I should do stop motion. No,
I would recommend against that. That shit takes a while.
I'm entirely too lazy for stop motion. like a 30-second frame will take me 2 months, and it's just like. I don't want to do this anymore. It's like I'll make one video like, dude, that was really good. Like, when's the next one coming out? How about never-ish?
See, there's a reason like all of everything has switched to CGI. Few people try that stop motion thing. It's like, well, it's 5 hours to get 2 seconds of footage, so let's not do that.
There's a horror movie on Shudder called Stop Motion. My buddy, he loves it. I'm like, you have to watch it. It's fantastic. It's like I watched the trailer. It's an interesting concept, but nah, I'm good. I ain't watching that. Like the concept's neat, but like I'm gonna be honest, it's formulaic and like I'm sure I've seen it before.
Well, that's kind of like the thing. It's like Shudder is like the horror version of Tubi.
Yeah.
Like you get a few gems, but most of it is just pure garbage.
Yeah, I mean, every so often they get a little bit of money. They might like pull in some movies and like, hey, we got Nightmare on Elm Street. All right, yeah.
No, the weirdest one is when Shudder was like sponsoring like all the Jake Paul fights. I was like, that was very, very odd. Don't you remember?
Trying to make that money
at the very beginning. Is like you can only watch these freak ass fights on Shudder. I'm like, that's horror plus boxing. I guess it's horror.
Kind of horror.
I mean, all the fights are just like
horror.
I mean, it was horror. Like seeing him. I still haven't watched it to this day. Like Anderson Silva fight, because like that's one of the dudes that got me into like MMA. Like you see him beating the brakes off of a bunch of people. Like I gotta learn how to do this, and then see him lose to some crazy YouTuber. Who does stupid shit all the time. You're like,
I think the thing that puts it in perspective is like Anderson's older now, and he doesn't move. He still moves very well, but it's like
he never looked the same after he broke his leg.
Oh yeah,
definitely.
After he broke his leg, you knew it was like
there's no reason to come back. Just
No.
enjoy retirement. Like, make yourself a whiskey line. I would buy myself some Anderson Silva tequila with like his face on the bottle, like holding it like this. Like,
I would buy that before I would buy like I've had 3 bottles of Proper 12 here, all gifted, and I think
the garbage, ain't they?
I drank. Was it my birthday? One of my birthdays, my buddy Steve might have brought me a bottle, and I was like, okay, I hadn't had it yet, so I was like, yeah, let's go ahead and drink it. No. And then it kept getting gifted to me, and I was just like, I put my liquor back over there behind the TV, and when Steve shows up to record, he knows. Just go. He's like, you mind if I have a dog? I don't really drink. I drink to record one podcast, and then otherwise, I'm not drinking. I'm like working out and like bullshit and. Like, when I say working out, that's a loose term. I be eating fucking pastries.
Well, that's why we work out. That's another reason.
That's why I work out, though. It's
so
like
you can eat all the pastries you can.
I work out hard this week just to eat like a whole pizza. That shit was great. Like Thursday night, got here, was like, I looked at that pizza, I was like, yo, I hope y'all don't want to.
See, you're better than me. I'm like, where's y'all pizzas? I got my pizza right here.
Oh no, they didn't want any.
Oh, that's
like,
good.
That was definitely me. They had like the freezer pizza or whatever the fuck it was. I mean, that was good too. I had a couple of their slices, but it's like Anderson Silva. Yeah, he could have just rolled out. He could have left. He didn't need to come back. I mean, but I think also with a lot of fighters too, it's just like, this is what I know.
Yeah, so. It's like your ego gets into the way. It's like you want to keep going, even though like I fought like adult for the longest time, and like I was like 33 when Coach Keith came up to me. It's like, hey, why aren't you fighting masters? I'm like,
you need to move the masters. Like,
I'm not a master. I am still an adult, damn it. I guess so. But then it's like, I get like, it's like that whole pride thing of it. Like, you feel like you can still do the same shit that you could always do, but then you just like, Father Time is undefeated. That's why like I hated watching like also the Jake Paul Tyson fight. Like, it's like, but then like looking at like the footage coming up to that fight, it's very obvious that like the whole reason he's doing this is because like he's done all the TV appearances. He had his own cartoon. He was doing stand-up comedy for a while. He went on tour. It was weird. Like, think about that. It's like, who goes to see Mike Tyson do stand-up comedy?
He was doing side quests at this point.
Yeah.
He was like,
And I get it. Like, he goes like, you know what? I was really, he's past middle age. He's like, I was really good. When I know how I gotta do his voice. It's really good when I was fighting back in the day. I want to get back out there. Who wants to fight me?
I want to get on tough.
I want to get on tough. Who's trying to get? None of the real boxers want to fight me. I'm gonna fight Logan Paul. He's the only one that wants to do it. I'm just like, dude, you're 60. Go make yourself a tequila brand.
Yeah.
I will buy Mike Tyson tequila. Like, everyone would buy Mike Tyson tequila.
I mean, like, I think he has a weed brand. I don't really smoke like that, but I'll buy it just to have it on the shelf. Like, yo, that's Mike Tyson's weed.
Mike Tyson's weed.
I mean, he's going to get some edibles, so I'll buy those and eat them. Yo.
See, like, I'm a federal worker, so I can't do any of that stuff. This is why I drink like a fish.
Dude, when I interviewed for my job, they're like, they looked at me and was like, hey, so we do test. Like, first off, fuck y'all. It was like, we do test, but if you need some extra time, let us know. I was like, yo, y'all are wild.
See, that's a weird thing about like the federal government. It's like a good amount of people know. It's like, all right, we've hired you. We've watched the news. We all watch the news, so we'll give you 2 months before we do this.
Like, you get a little cleanup time.
Yeah.
But the moral of the story is, if I take one of those blue raspberries, it's definitely got to be I don't even want to do it on a Friday.
It's on a Friday, and then that's if you have like a non-busy weekend.
Yeah. It's like, if I do it on a Friday, that means I'm not training the next day. Like, and that's why I don't do anything on Friday, because I want to train. But if I do it on a Sunday, or I'm sorry, Saturday going into Sunday, I might be able to get away with it, but it's like, you know what? Like, I got some days off. Like I got some days coming up. I think I'm off most of February, so I think I'm just gonna be getting fucking blitzkrieg.
Yeah, definitely don't come train while. It's not the best look. I know, like, classic wrestlers. If you ever like look into your history, like they would be high on acid all the time. No, that was like prevalent in jiu-jitsu for like the longest time, which was wild.
I went in after when I took one of these and it carried. It wasn't heavy, but I remember like I felt fine until somebody grabbed my lapel. Then I realized I'm not okay, and I was in defense mode the entire
You
day.
just crawled into a ball.
Yeah, I
Like,
just
it was
laid
like-
there. Was like, yo, I'm letting you work today. Like, bitch, I'm a black belt. Let me work. Like,
Are you okay? Okay.
then like all of a sudden, I just start hearing Portishead playing in the background. I was like, yo, what is going on? It's like, are you? It starts warping.
To anyone listening, I'd recommend you go to class sober, very
Yes,
very sober.
please.
Like it's not cool. I know there's like that whole deal with like Joe Rogan's like I smoke weed all the time,
I
but
couldn't.
like it's not good for you.
Like, dude, I don't like.
And he I imagine he's not training that hard.
Yeah, he's chilling. Like,
he's a
like,
rich man.
I'm not. Yeah, like I don't advise taking any kind of narcotics before training
Oh my
because,
gosh.
like, but I mean, look, if you know you can do it, and rock it, son. But if you've never done it, don't do that.
No. Like I like this is the one time I typically flex my higher beltness. to any lower belts out there, don't smoke weed before you train.
Don't
if
be
you're
a
a black
jackass.
belt, I can't really tell you what to do. So brown belts and low.
Like, don't be a jackass.
Yeah, don't be a jackass.
But it's like, I mean, and that's the thing. It's like, train how you train and do what you do. But if you want to, get your results, try to be sober.
Granted, there are like there's a few schools where it's just like you roll with a dude and it's like you smell like an entire like come on guy. I'm not even holding you down. I'm standing up.
I remember like when I early on started training, and there's this. I think I was still a white belt for sure. There's this other white belt. It might have been trial class. I don't know. Like he comes in and he wrote with me. He was cool. He was really really nice.
Yeah.
For sure, smelled like a pack of fucking Marlboro.
Oh,
it was just like, son.
Like come on, man.
Like, did you fucking wash your gi in cigarette
It's
smoke?
cigarettes.
Like, what is this? And then like, I think this might have been my first tap. I got mount, and he freaked out because of claustrophobia. and I was like, oh my god, like that's what that feels like. Like no one's ever tapped before. Holy shit, this is cool. Like, and I tried it on like I want to say it might have been Frank, I think. I tried like it was like I'm gonna get mount on this guy. No, it wasn't.
He just picked you up. It was like
Yeah, Frank
it
was
put
like-
you back down. It's like no,
Like, we're
no.
not doing this. Settle down, cupcake. I was like, dude, but it works on that guy. And that guy's dumb. Look at him.
The guy has claustrophobia and he smokes like 58 packs a day.
Yeah, I'm sure he was like out of breath, just scared. He was like, I can't breathe. But yeah, it's like, just like clean your geese, don't be high, and just be a good training partner.
Like, were you there when like that dude, like he was so, like he smoked so much that he hit, like it was like, you know how in like cartoons they that stinky dude with the whole stink cloud behind him, like he stunk up the lobby, stunk up the mat, and then he was like a fundamentals guy, so he left. And we're still smelling it. We're still just like, come on. We had a whole speech about it. It's like, hey, I can't control what you do outside this gym, but please don't come in here smelling like Snoop Dogg's house.
There's like there's kind of a courtesy to it as well. You know, it's like I'm very, very, very stern about like when I come home. Well, we got to get a new fucking washer. But like normally when we come home, I go straight to the laundromat, throw my gi right in there. Well, lately because of the vehicle situation, I've been hanging the gi outside to like let the fresh air hit it, and then take it to the laundromat when we get the chance. But it's like I don't want my gis. It might look dingy, but nah, it be smelling like flowers, son.
Yeah.
I don't fuck around with that.
That's the big thing. Is like it can look as grayed out as you possibly can. Look like holes in it, so long as it doesn't smell like pure ass. Then that's because like think about it. It's like you're rubbing up your whole body onto someone else. Like everyone's fought that stinky dude. You've tried to like put it behind your head. He smells like he smells like like all of Olive Garden's extra garlic supply, and you're sitting there like, fuck. And then you go home, you still smell him. He's still on your shit.
Dude, that's the worst.
Oh,
Like,
my
when
gosh.
I've gotten home, I'm just like, you know, like, oh my god, that's not
I
me.
still smell like ass.
It's like I run to the shower at that point. I was like, yo,
You gotta buy tomato juice, put it in there.
it's like, do you get sprayed by a skunk? Like, what's going on? Like,
No, I just do jujitsu.
jiu-jitsu.
It's just jujitsu.
Like maybe you shouldn't do that anymore. Bite your tongue.
Like there was this one dude. Oh, I feel bad because that dude doesn't come by. There was this one dude who was there's one white guy, one white belt who was stinking up the entirety of the white belt section. And there's one time that people like. There's one time that I actually felt pretty pride in myself. It was like, oh, the lower belts are coming to me to complain. But now I have to talk to this man about his stinkiness. They're like, hey man, we tried to talk to him, but can you? You're the brown belt. Can you talk to him about how stinky he is?
We need your wisdom.
We need your wisdom about that should be.
That's not wisdom.
That's a full grown ass adult. He should be washing himself.
Like the talk goes like this. So, hey man, how you doing? All right. You like training here? Yeah. You wash your ass? Like,
Wait, were
what?
you there? I thought you weren't there. This was at Owens. You must have been in the corner watching this whole conversation because that's exactly how it went down.
Hey, that's how it has to go down. like, because sometimes people try to come in gingerly with like, no. Sometimes you just like, yo, you gotta shower.
Like how you smell like ass every damn day. This doesn't make sense.
Like, I know some people have different viewpoints on like how often you shower. Like, if I know I'm training, there's a lot of showers happening that day.
Yeah.
Just because I don't know. Like, I'm always weird about it. Also, I wear a colostomy bag, so I don't know. You know, I don't. You know, smells are like wild, but like I'll shower in the morning before class. I'll shower when I come home from class.
Yeah.
In depending on, like, today is a light day, so we here chilling and talking. I'm probably not going to shower again tonight, so wait till the morning. But if like we went out and ran some errands later on and like I'm out and about, I'm probably going to come home and shower again, just because I don't know, man. I don't want to be that dude.
You just walk around with that stinky smell.
Yeah, I want people just like standing behind me at fucking Safer, like.
Like, why does this man smell like all the ass? He smells like roughly 20 people's worth of ass.
It's like,
give or take.
It's like, yo, what do you do for a living? Oh, me? Nah, you know, this and that, like this and that, meaning you roll around in shit because that's what you smell like. Like, why you say it like that? Because you stink.
You stink, man. I don't even know what to tell you.
I mean, like, with having like the bag, like when I was younger, because I didn't know any better. It was just like, you know, I didn't understand like the upkeep and everything. So like it would have a scent to it. And I didn't know it. It was just like, y'all got to live with it because y'all can't beat me. But then as I got older, I became more like, oh, you know, you don't want to smell like that. I mean, you know, you might want to get a girlfriend one day.
Yeah. You may want to have a wife and child. And you can't get those smelling like pure poopy. Or like any girl that's perfectly fine with that. You don't want.
It's like, she's like, yeah, I'm all right with that. I was like, you make bad decisions. I can't pick you.
No shit, that happened to a friend of mine. He's like,
she made poor decisions.
Oh no, she was like hot as hell, but she was like, let me tell you this up front. I like piss and shit. And he's like, well, that's good to meet you. Ninja, vanish.
Like,
Where'd he go?
Like, where'd that guy go? Like, somewhere else. Yeah, we were talking about there was a weird situation years ago. Like, we hung out with a friend, and that friend brought another friend. This friend, I've never seen a human being look like this. Like, this was a beautiful human, a beautiful mammal. And I was just like, I thought you only see the shit on the internet. Like, this is wild. Like, this is a beautiful human. And like, you know, we're all gonna go out to Baltimore, have a good time. And she was like, yo, we gotta go pick up, my guy. And it's wild because it's like, you look at her and it's like, oh my, this is an amazing looking human. And the guy she picks up, it's like,
Do you look like Gollum or something?
Yeah. It's just like,
he's like, I loves the women's.
I
loves her.
He's like, my precious. I was like, yeah, I can see. Like, yeah. But like, it was so baffling because we're like, my buddy and I was like, yo, that is the most attractive thing we've ever seen in person ever.
He said thing though. It's like, is that a woman? No, it's like, it's too beautiful to be a woman. It's like an old school Bible. Like,
that's
be not afraid.
Human. Like, I've never seen anything like this. This is wonderful. And then like this guy, she was like, yeah, we'll pick him up, and like he gets in the truck, and we're just like, what the fuck? Like for a brief second in my mind, I was like, yo, I could beat that dude's ass. Like,
you're sizing him up.
Is this like caveman days?
That's exactly what it is. It's like, if I beat him, I get woman.
If I beat him, she mine. But like,
that's how it works.
But it was just crazy because like afterwards, it was just like I was like, yo, she makes poor decisions. It looks like maybe she's not a keeper. Like I said that to my wife though once.
No, she's just poor. That's what it is. We know what it is. That boy, like he's 5 foot. He's like 5'1", except when he's sitting on his wallet. And then he's 6'5".
No, he's probably a Make-A-Wish kid.
She's with him until he dies.
Yo, actually my friend, she said she knew a guy that was a Make-A-Wish kid because I had made the joke. I was like, yo, you never want to be that kid that gets your wish. She was like, no, that's not true. Like, she was like, I know a guy who got his wish. I was like, that's wild. Oh, like, did he get better because he got his wish, or like, how does that work? I was like, no, I mean, he beat the cancer. I was like, that's really fucking cool. Congrats. But I still got other questions because like, like, how does this work? I'm like,
yeah, like what, like after like he doesn't, like if he beats the cancer, they're like, all right, we need our wish back. Yeah, like what happens there? It's like
well, he went on a trip. I can't remember where she said they went. I want to say they went to Europe.
Okay,
and it was like, did they like? Oh, we need our money back,
Because like, that's one thing.
You got like, legit kids dying over here. You survived.
They think you're dying. It's like, this is your last thing. We're gonna like turn the entire city to be like Arkham, and you're gonna have to fight with Batman and like like the one kid. Can you imagine that kid is like, all right, I beat everything. I'm not gonna die. They're like, well, we spent like $1 million because we thought this was gonna be your last day. We're gonna need a little bit of that cake back, buddy.
Like we need something back.
Yeah, we need a little bit of something.
Like, it was in the contract. like
if you don't die, you gotta pay back at least half.
Because like I always wondered, I was like, yo, you see the kid, as soon as they come in. And, they're like, yay, like, we're here to grant you your wish. Already, like, fuck. How long?
Actually, that's rough. Like, hopefully they know ahead of time. Can you imagine? It's like, no, it's like, don't worry, buddy. You just have a code. You just have COVID. Hey, we're with Make-A-Wish. Like, damn it.
It's like, wait, why y'all here?
Why y'all here?
I didn't even sign up for Make-A-Wish.
You said you wanted to meet Spider-Man. It's like, no, I want to live. That's my wish.
My wish was to not die, actually.
You said it was COVID.
What was it? I think it was The Boys, and South Park did it too. Like The Boys, when one of the characters, Translucent, died, and the kid, like the Make-A-Wish kid, is there, and they sent A-Train. It was like, yeah, but I wanted to meet Translucent. Well, like he said something. A-Train said something about being fast. I was like, well, can you help me outrun cancer? It was like, yo, but like, that's fucked.
Like, screw you, kid. At that point in time, just like, you know what, you're dying anyway. Fuck you, kid.
It's like, you know what, you don't deserve the fucking wish anyway. I'm out of here, bitch.
I'm just gonna leave. Just dashes out.
Yeah, just leave. Like, fuck this kid.
Now, my favorite one is like the Dave Chappelle skit of that. Oh, where he just beats his ass in Madden. No, it was 2K.
He's dying. He's like, no, you pick these sticks up.
You pick them sticks up, boy. Like, he resuscitates him just to keep beating his ass.
Yeah, he was like, nurse, we need a nurse in here because I just beat Billy's ass.
Oh, cancer didn't get your ass like I did.
Like, oh man, I gotta find out now. Like, somebody like their Make-A-Wish be like to be on Off the Mats podcast.
They comment on us like we didn't appreciate any of these jokes.
I told my wife, like, everyone gets these jokes, but I went a little far at Thanksgiving because because I don't be thinking, dude. Like, I just be saying shit. Like, but like my uncle was talking about my cousin breakdancing, and then like someone that made a joke about him breakdancing was like, Yeah, I mean, he really was a breakdancer. He was just like moving around. He's 7, so
okay.
he's busybody.
He's breakdancing. I'm doing air quotes.
And then my uncle goes, I mean, it's an art. He's artistic. And I go,
no.
you said autistic wrong. And it was dead silent in the room because 2 of the kids are autistic. And I was trying to figure out, it didn't hit me until the next day. Like I was sitting.
You just let it simmer for an entire day.
Like I'm sitting there like watching the Chiefs Raiders game. And I was like, why did he laugh though? And I was like, oh yo.
You just bobbed that. I was like, man, I'll get him next time. Like, that was pretty damn funny.
Because like the happiest thing for me is like to get my grandma to laugh. If I get my grandma to laugh, my day is complete. I can take a nap. I can go to sleep. I'm so happy. And if she didn't laugh, I was just like, oh, yo, I missed. Like I don't ever mess with grandma. Like
it's pure dead silent. The TV actually went off as well. It was like,
yeah,
what?
the TV was muted.
Like God himself grabbed the TV. I was like, did you just say that?
And that's where you hear the record scratch. Yep, that's me telling another bad joke, but I thought it was fire. But no,
they just didn't get it.
I was excited. I was like, I even gave myself the old little chuckle, like, and I was just even my wife didn't laugh. I was just like, geez,
she didn't give you a pity laugh.
it was like a tough crowd. And then I thought about the next day. I was like, oh fuck, like both the kids are fucking autistic. Damn it! I was like, oh man.
Like, well, they should have got the joke.
Yeah, they should have definitely got that joke then, but like I guess not. I mean, now like Christmas, I gotta fucking make up for it. Get them like something super cool because like they honestly probably don't care.
Yeah,
but I feel like in my heart, like I gotta like buy them. Like I don't know what they like. Sonic the Hedgehog.
Well, like how old are they? Like what's? I mean, like it's a weird thing. There's actually been studies about like autistic people. Like this is a real thing. Like autistic people's connection to Sonic the Hedgehog. It's very odd. It's a real thing. It's a real connection. Like there's a dude that I know who's actually autistic. Like and like I'm not sure if you follow me on Instagram, but like I got into tufting and I tufted like a Sonic head like as a demo just to figure out like how to work the thing, and that man lost it. He's like, "Oh man, I love Sonic. Sonic's amazing." I'm just sitting there, I'm like, "Huh, that's like the full stereotype there." Because like it's a very weird connection that like if you read up on it, it's like no one knows why that's a thing.
Like in both those cousins love Sonic.
Yeah,
and I thought that was just the age because my daughter loves Sonic. Oh,
no, it's
get her tested now.
That's how you test children now. Like I have Mario in one hand and I have Sonic in the other.
Put them in front of a Sega Genesis.
Like which one do you want to play?
Like what we doing here, kid? And then you just say Sega. Like it's like. Fucking
I gotta go like look up the special teachers and everything.
Like you know fucking get an IPE now. It's like jeez Louise. Like I gotta go have these fucking conferences. Dude, I gotta debate how I gotta release this episode now.
You just cut off that part where we talk about Sonic and its connection to autism.
There's a lot of parts that you can cut off. Like, oh no, no, this gets dropped. This is how it goes. But it's just I'm starting to think it's like, oh, I guess it's gonna have to get the "fuck you, Dante" intro, so people know if you hear that the intro, just buckle up or
"fuck you, Dante."
Sit this
intro.
one out.
Wait, what's the "fuck you, Dante" intro?
So I had a friend on, and we were trauma bonding. It was our episode.
Oh my god!
Like, it was getting thick, and then like I can't remember what I said, but like kind of as a joke, she goes, "Oh, you made it out? Fuck you, Dante." And I was like, clipping that. And whenever I do the Nerdcast episodes with my buddy Phil, that's always the intro because when he comes on, I'm saying stuff out of pocket to fuck with him. The goal is to make him uncomfortable. So it's like, this is not an episode meant for people to enjoy. This is an episode that's meant for me to fuck with him. I'm enjoying it. And this is one of those episodes where I was like, huh, so. anyone from 88 that's listening is like, oh, Jeremy's on. Let's go listen to this one. It's like, as soon as they hear fuck you, Dante, they're like, nope. Like, maybe next time. Like, maybe we'll have to get him on that second episode, because that first one, like, normally, like, the first episodes are always like, hey, yo, it's like break ice and everything, and, you know, chill. It's like, no, we just jumped right in. I was like, all right, they about to get these jokes. Motherfuckers like, yo, these aren't even jokes. None of this shit's funny. This is fucking tragic. It's horrible. It's like, we're having a good time.
It was funny to us. We're having a good time. We're drinking. We're talking about.
Son, I do this podcast
shit
for my entertainment, not yours. Like,
no one's beating down the door for this. I'm just having fun, having a good time.
No one yet. Like, I don't think they know where I'm located. Like, who knows?
Now you're gonna be like Nick Fuentes. You get that one old lady like, "Are you Dante? I didn't like what you said about Make-A-Wish."
I was like, huh, okay. Well,
now you got pepper sprayer. Hit it with a
like, you didn't like what I said about Make-A-Wish because you're one of the kids?
Oh my god!
Fuck out my face.
Get that shit out of here. He's only had one White Claw, ladies and gentlemen.
Dude, I'm still drunk from last night. Like, what was it, like, Michigan Ohio State game last week? Fucking they pepper sprayed the players.
Really?
Because the fight broke out afterward. Like, so last week in college football, which this was supposed to be covered last night, but
I didn't watch it.
I was
at
just
all.
too drunk. But like, basically, you know, it's rivalry weekend, and you lose your rival, they tend to plant their flag on your field. Yeah. Don't let them beat you on your field, and like, chill. But suddenly this year, everybody wanted to fight. Everyone's like, "Nah, you ain't planting no flags on my field." It's like, yo, this new generation is soft, because that was the rule. Like,
yeah,
you lose.
You lose. That happens. Like, that's why you play extra hard. So.
There's 8 fights last week.
Shit.
8, which means 8 home teams lost. Oh, that's fucking
on their own fields. Ugh.
to rivals. Yo, Michigan was a 23.5 point underdog to Ohio State and beat them by 3.
Like, oh my gosh,
it's fucking great. And then they went to fucking plant the flag, and the fight broke out, and police came out pepper spraying. One of the reporters got you know.
Oh, they got that, like, the mist that just disseminated on them.
She was like, they weren't spraying at me, but you know I caught a stray. Like, oh well, should have been there. Like, I mean, you know, Michigan plays Ohio State, you know better. Like, you know something unnecessary is gonna happen.
Well, it's like, imagine getting that riled up for this. Like, at that point in time, I feel like just chill out. Like, you're supposed to be having fun at the end of the day. Like, I get rivalries, but like, once you start like beating the crap out of each other, well, that feels like it's too much.
Well, that's the thing though too. Is like most of the memes saying, like, look, you choose now to fight. You didn't fight the entire game. You had 3 hours. You didn't do shit.
You could throw a swing at any point in time. Yeah. Like, when you thought you were about to lose, that's when you throw the swing and the game gets thrown out.
And the worst part was that there's the one dude from Ohio State. It is in 4K. He rushed in. He got rolled, and he ended up on bottom. I was like, oh, my God.
No.
You lost the game. The flag got planted, and you on national TV getting beat up. Sheesh. Quit.
Like, you gotta send him a message now. Like, hey, do you want to learn how to fight? I have the place for you.
Message that dude straight up, like, yo, I got this podcast called Off the Mats. You're trying to be my guest. Talk about your fight.
We're gonna analyze it. Now, see, that would be a Patreon episode. You put that shit on the screen. You just go over with him what he needs to do next time.
Just go over to it. It was like, so right here, what are you doing right here? Doesn't look like it.
It doesn't look like you're trying anything. Like, see, here's what you should have done. You should have took a step back and then led with your left.
It's like, let me ask you a question. Do you know what Kiss of the Dragon is? Yeah, you should have tried that here. It was like, you know, I'm out of here. I'm leaving. It's like, hey, it's a long flight back to Ohio, bitch.
I know you can't do anything because I didn't watch your footage. You don't know how to fight.
I know you can't beat me. Like, go on over and get your thick ass tossed up, son. Like, move, bitch. Like, this is horrible.
It's like, why did I agree to come to this?
I'm gonna be honest. I don't think like, when I look at the metrics, I don't have any Ohio listeners.
Right now, as soon as you said Ohio, it's like, now it's gonna, like, the algorithm's gonna work against you.
That's the bat signal. They're like, we heard our names. Somebody cares. Like, nobody fucking cares.
And no one mentioned eating dogs, so let's go.
Like when Trump said they're eating dogs, they said Springfield, Ohio. I didn't even like question it. I was just like, it's Ohio. That seems on.
I mean, that seems about right. It's like
it's Ohio. They be doing wild shit. They had like a nuclear spill or some shit. Whatever happened a couple years ago, or whatever that waste was in the cloud. I don't know. That shit was bonkers. Ohio's like weird.
it's one of those weird things. So you think it's rural, but every now and again you hear those wild ass Florida man stories from there, like nuclear waste, crazy people eating dogs and cats.
Florida wants to be, or Ohio wants to be Florida so bad, dude. That shit is like wild. They got a Miami up there and everything. It was like, yo, we trying. It was like
they need people to go there. It's fucking Ohio.
Yo, we was this 2019. We went up for a family reunion. And I remember when we were leaving, we stopped in Cleveland for breakfast. And I says to my wife, I was like, yo, the people of Cleveland look like Cleveland. And she was like, what does that mean? I was like, yo, just look at the word Cleveland. And then look at the people. Just follow me on this. I was like, that word is not pretty. And then when we were leaving, I was speeding.
Just roast the entire area of Cleveland. It's like, look at these ugly ass motherfucking Cleveland That should be a new insult going forward. Look at this Cleveland ass mother.
Just like, what does that even mean? Like here, let me show you.
Like, Cleveland?
Like, almost got a ticket trying to leave. Like, after we finished, like, I sped out of that fucking parking lot. And church was letting out, so there was a crossing guard, which is wild. You got a crossing guard in Ohio for church.
That's wild.
Bonkers.
That's weird.
Ohio. Told you he's trying to be Florida. But in the crossing guard, like, I don't even see the crossing guard. I'm just speeding. And so it goes, you're about to go to jail. Slow down. I was like, wait, what? And I was like, oh, shit. As soon as we got past them, I hit the highway. I was like, I'm flooring it.
You get the fuck out of there.
I can't be there, yo.
The ugly ass town.
Yeah, but I gotta chill because, like, I said something about Ohio the other day. My daughter, like, goes, "Yeah, Ohio stinks." And I was like, "Yo, chill." Like, chill. Like, I can't have you out. Like,
she listened to the podcast. Like, Daddy hates Ohio. I have to hate Ohio. Yeah. Ohio is terrible. Yeah, all they do is they eat cats and dogs all the time.
Yo, I can't have her out at fucking Target. Like, yo, Ohio sucks. I'm like, yo, chill, son. You don't get us stabbed. Like,
that's kids though. It's like they absorb everything you said, especially the bad shit.
Yeah, they absorb everything except for the things where I'm like, hey, so, like, can you clean your room? Fuck that mean? Clean my room.
What, I've heard the words clean and room before, but like those words together, that doesn't make sense to me.
Like, you tell your mother to clean her room. Like, fuck out my face. I ain't cleaning no rooms.
Tell your mama to clear your room, Daddy.
Like,
Why are you coming up to me with all this nonsense?
You know, if my kid did some shit like that, I wouldn't even know how to respond. I just like, I want to be mad, but I'm fucking baffled right now and a little scared.
Like, where did you learn how to roast?
Like,
from like this?
You know, we put kids for adoption in this family, right? I was adopted, so like, we can keep this cycle going.
See, that's the thing. You need to just scare her. Just like take her to like a orphanage real quickly. It's like, all right, if you don't clean your room, you're gonna be in there.
So,
and mommy and daddy ain't coming back.
Apparently, they're not called orphanages anymore. And I kept saying that for many, many years until like last year. They're like, yeah, they're called group homes. And I was like, group homes. Well, that's fuck when that happened. They're like, I don't know, the 70s. I was like, wow,
really?
This whole time I've been calling it an orphanage.
Yeah, everyone like group home sounds like, I don't know, like it sounds like something like you put juvenile delinquents in.
Yeah,
like
it sounds like it's fucked up. Let me stop there.
No, you're gonna put the fuck Dante. What are you gonna say?
It sounds like a place where kids aren't wanted. You know, it's like I guess that's
that kind of tracks. No offense. Normally I'd be like, yeah, that kind of tracks. Fuck them orphans. It's a good thing there's no one here right now.
Well, that was the thing because like my one buddy, he was like, well, yeah, because I mean. Because he was in a group home, much like myself. And I was like, but we just called it an orphanage. He was like, yeah, but like not everyone there is an orphan. I was like, yeah, but that's...
Not everyone there is an orphan.
I wasn't an orphan. Like, I just had a not really good mom. They're like, yeah, so we're going to take your kid because you're not doing this right. And it's like, it took y'all long enough. Like, this is like 8 years. You know? Like
y'all dropped the ball. I expected you here like 5 years ago.
I've been hungry for like 8 years, yo. Like
did you get my letter?
It's like, it was that letter to Santa, wasn't it? Like, dear Santa, get me the fuck out of here. He's like, okay. Santa was like, actually, no, but no, that was a legit thing. I did wish that though.
Oh, really?
Because I was watching Different Strokes, and I was like, yo, I wish a rich bald-headed white dude adopted me. My grandfather's he wasn't rich, but like a bald-headed white dude.
It's like everyone wanted that. Like I wasn't an orphan. I wanted a rich white-headed bald man to.
No, I was actually
all right.
I was actually still with my family when I made that wish.
Of course you were.
I was like, yo, I wish a rich bald-headed white dude would adopt me. And then like, I want to say like a year late, maybe about a year later, probably. I ended up in the group home, and then I ended up in Flint with a nice family. Then my grandparents like adopted me. My grandmother remarried, so my grandfather, who is a bald-headed white dude, and
So
by,
you got your wish.
by
That's
those
amazing.
standards, he was rich to me because he had a hell of a lot more money than me. So I was like, oh my god, but.
See, like that tells me you gotta make an apology to Make-A-Wish people because they were looking out for you. They heard it.
They gets no apology. Because they be going like Europe and shit. It's like on their way out. They're like, yeah, just send the kid to Europe. Like, you're going to let him die in Europe? Like, no, you let him have his wish. Yeah, but what if he dies? He got his wish.
You guys wish you got to Europe, didn't he?
Yo, what kid is like saying for his make a wish? I want to go to Europe. Like, that's wild.
That's a very weird statement for like a Make-A-Wish kid.
Because like, yo, I'm a wild kid. I would have been like, yo, what do you want for your make a wish? A Game Boy? They show up with a Game
They're
Boy.
just like, here you go.
It's like, whoa, wow, I sold myself short on that one.
Like, and then you see like that kid who's like being Batman for like his entire time. You're like, damn it!
Like,
All I wanted was a Game Boy.
dude, I wonder if you like get people to negotiate though. Can you get like a Make a Wish negotiator? Like, if you say like you want some like dumb shit, like I want I want some Delta 9s. It's like, hey, so how about not that? But like let's shoot for the stars. like okay. So, I want to go to space. Oh, relax. Like, I don't literally mean shoot for the stars. I mean, like, like, wish bigger. Can I ride in a Batmobile? Now you're talking.
As a person who's like, all right, we can't send you to space, but we can take the entire town over and you can be Batman. Yeah. And they're like, well, what about Spider-Man? It's like, well, we can't do Spider-Man because Marvel has the rights to that, and they ain't partnered with us.
Yeah, I mean, we got to deal with Warner Brothers and DC, so we can kind of make the Batman thing happen. But Spider-Man, like, Marvel's a little weird because they sold that shit to Sony, and Sony is really, really weird right now. So maybe we can't do that, but we can definitely get you Batman. And you know what? Not only that, who's your favorite Batman villain? Well, I really like Joker. Hey, let's try another one.
We can't do Joker. Joaquin Phoenix, he's got that thing going on right now. We can do Riddler. Riddler's pretty nice. He's pretty good right now.
Like, we could do the Riddler. Yeah,
People don't like the Riddler.
He's like, yeah, but I don't like brain teasers. Like, okay, so how about Scarecrow? He's kind of whack. Like Mr. Freeze. I guess I do like snow.
Now, hold on. There's also another option. There's Arachnoperson, who is a DC character. He's kind of like Spider-Man.
It's just like, I just want to check out.
I don't need a wish.
It's like, I think I'm done.
I'm done. You know what? Like, then send me to Europe. I'll just go to Europe.
Send me to Paris, something like that.
Just hang out.
Like, it's like a terrible negotiator. At that point, it's like the best you can get the kid was a trip to Europe. Like, that other kid got fucking the whole city to be like Gotham. Whoa, that's wild. I was like, so we're gonna like put you in Gotham City, and she just gets mugged right away. It's like, okay, a little too realistic.
That's too much.
Who shot Johnny?
You've just been exposed to Joker gas, and well,
he was on his way out anyway, right?
it's all good. Like, now he died of asphyxiation.
I
It was
mean,
either asphyxiation or the cancer. It's like,
it's gonna be a long run. Like, so, like, we just kind of sped it up. Like, that's fucked. Yeah, a little bit.
Just a little messed up. Just a little messed up.
So, yeah, but the moral of the story is, like, don't let me be in charge of Make-A-Wish.
Oh gosh,
Because
think things are gonna get wacky if either of us got in charge of Make-A-Wish. Very wacky, really fast.
because I'm either like super literal or I'm like, whoa, wait a minute, what if? And they're like, no.
Let's take this to this ultimate conclusion.
It's like, I need you to like just like, that's what, like, in meetings, like, I don't fucking talk in meetings because I like it's like either one of two things. Either I'm just like, all right, we cool, or I'm like off off the wall with like a harebrained ideal. And I try to say it in a British accent because I always feel like you say it in a British accent, you sound
People
smarter.
actually start thinking that you're intelligent with it.
Yeah, but they stop calling on me in the meetings. Like they're like, anybody have anything to like offer? Like we're doing like the Teams meetings, and they like mute me right away. I'm like, I wasn't gonna say anything anyway, but all right.
See, like I'm a bit of an asshole. I unmute myself. Like, well, I do have
No,
something.
I can't. Like my shit is locked. I'm like,
They 100% meet you.
Yeah, it was like, well, I mean, yeah, I don't be participating in meetings. Like I'd be there, and like every so often I might say like, it's like, well, because like my one friend, Tiana Taylor, when she did her episode, she's a very, very, very bright woman, and she's British. And like I told her like afterwards, like I want to be honest, like, and we're really good friends now. And I told her like the truth is I didn't want to do the episode with you because I was intimidated because your accent, like you're really smart. Number one, then you have the accent, and I was like, people like you don't talk to people like me. And she was like, what the fuck does that mean? I was like, that's my point right there.
She said nice and proper too. It's like, what does the fuck did that mean? I can't do a good one.
It is funny because it's like I think about it, like I do it, but it's like unconscious. Like I'm just sitting there at work and I'll like just say some shit in the accent, and it's like, oh, it feels right. But then when I'm like thinking, I was like, oh fuck, I can't even do it right now.
That was kind of weird.
Yeah, it's like then I started to really question myself. I was like, maybe that wasn't really a good accent. Maybe they don't even think like I'm like British. Maybe they just think I'm fucking stupid. I was like, this fucking guy. He not only is he stupid, but he's offensive too. It's like Jesus Christ. Actually, oh damn. I'm trying to think. Okay, I'm gonna record with this one girl next week. I just asked somebody to be on the podcast. I was like, I gotta record her before she hears this episode.
Oh,
yeah, she was like, nah, yeah, I heard episode.
I heard you talking all that shit about me.
I heard you talk about Make-A-Wish. I don't want to be a guest on your fucking podcast. I was like, oh my god. My bad. Sounds like I struck a nerve. Like, were you one of them? Like, are you one of them?
Wait a minute. If you were one of them, I have a few questions. Like, so, like, now that you survived, do you have to get that money back?
Yeah. Did you get your wish? No, I didn't. Oh, so you're okay. So you're still on the list
on the waiting list. Well, that makes sense that you didn't get the wish. Then you're here with us.
Like, no, I survived. Okay. So you're mad? You're mad because you survived and didn't get the wish. Okay.
You're mad you survived and didn't get the wish.
I'd be better too. I'd be emotional. Like,
Oh my gosh.
Let me chill. I got. Let me stop.
No. Controversy sells. Like, if the Make-A-Wish Foundation get a hold of this, you see yourself on CNN. Like, this BJJ Wiki was talking about kids with cancer.
BJJ Wiki was talking shit. It's weird because we can't find a picture of this guy anywhere.
There's no picture of him anywhere.
Like, we've been searching, but we just can't find him. The only thing we have to go off of, and I played one clip of Taylor Moore. Oh my God, you're black.
We know that he's a black man.
He's just some black guy. It's like, man, he seems to hate Make-A-Wish. It's like, no, I actually make quite a few wishes and they come true. No, the worst one, it wasn't a wish, but it was a statement, and it so. All right, brace yourself.
Oh boy. See,
so January of 2020, and there's audio of this. Talking with Nerd Rage Radio.
Nerd Rage Radio.
Yeah, this is the podcast that got me started. So I was a guest over there, and my friend Joe, who actually is on his way here right now. Joe and I are very kind of on the same terms of like, yo, fuck, there's too many people.
Oh, it's like one of those big like you don't know who the fuck is talking podcasts.
Well, no. There's 4 of us, but no, like we're just saying like the world. It's like there's too many people in the world. Like we're just like we hate it so much. There's so many people. Everyone's in my way. And I look at Joe, I was like, dude, what we really need is another fucking plague.
Now, question: was this before or after COVID?
Before. 3 weeks before that shit started popping, and I knew nothing of this. And that shit hit, and I remember after like the lockdowns happened, I texted him, I was like, yo, I fucked up. Like, my bad, dude. It is like, They're like, yo, we're not gonna fuck with you anymore because you be saying some shit and that should be happening. I was like, yeah, but the other day I said I won the lottery and that shit didn't happen.
Well,
So
it's like, it's something that like affects everyone else. So I need you to start thinking that I'm going to win the lottery, and I need you to wish for that to happen.
So maybe if I like just because again, when I said I wish a bald headed white dude adopted me, that shit hit. But like when I was like, I wish I won this lottery. Well, I did win like $230. I mean,
So you didn't specify how much you would win in the lottery.
yeah, that's some bullshit.
You
Yo,
should have said, "I wish I was a millionaire through the lottery."
Yeah, these wishes are some bullshit. Yo. Fuck these wishes. Yo.
Well, it's like a genie. It's like you gotta phrase it in the right way, or else you wind up with like 2 dicks or something.
Yeah, dude, I would probably actually end up beating the genie up just because like you knew what the fuck I meant.
You just double like a genie. You just RNC a genie.
Yeah, yo, I choked the fuck out of the genie. I just get his back and I wouldn't even let go. I'm like, yo, your head's about to pop off, son.
Like, you knew it. You knew.
You knew what I was wanting, son. Yeah.
I don't want no 12-inch pianist.
Like, I didn't want a fucking 12-foot cock. Like this giant chicken in my fucking basement now.
What am I gonna do with that? I can't kill it. How are you gonna kill a giant chicken?
I can't even choke that thing. It was like, and the genie just sitting there giggling at that point. I was like, you motherfucker. It's like, where's my sword? Like, do you want to wish for it? And get the fuck out of here. Like, leave now. Yeah, I wouldn't even give him the kindly leave. I just like, get the fuck out.
You just toss his lamp out the window. I was like, get out of here.
Like, and we're near Glen Burnie, so some, crackhead to find it, and it's like, ooh, what is this?
He wishes just for crack, and it's like, I didn't ask for all these guys with asses.
Like, just people running around mooning them. Like, I want all the crack. Just people mooning them left and right. It's like, oh no, like, what have I done? Like, would you like to take your wish back? Yes. And then it's even worse.
No, that sounds like that'd be like an amazing movie. Can you imagine a crackhead picks up a genie lamp?
I just watched this movie called Bitch Ass the other day, so I obviously will watch this. Don't watch it.
What, was this on Tubi?
So it was on Tubi at one
course.
point, but it moved. So I rented. We did an episode on it, so I had to rent it to do my research. It's on BET Plus. Also.
Oh, it just gets worse and worse. It's like it's on Tubi. Like BET Plus said, it's like, this is too much garbage. Let's put it on Tubi. And Tubi said, like, we can't even host this.
Dude, like, I can't remember what movie I watched. It was something. It was bad. And I posted a comment about how bad it was. My cousin, she goes, "Oh, that movie was so good." And I've commented underneath. I was like, "Yo, black people love them a bad movie, son." It's just like she was like, "Look at you." I was like, "Yeah, I know, but my wife is white, so we are."
Yeah,
right
you
now.
don't count.
It's like we all right now. Like, I mean, my grandfather, bald headed rich white dude, he adopted me. We good right now. What are you talking about? But
he infused good movies into you. Yeah, none of that Tubi shit.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, like you see me watching Tubi, he's like, "What the fuck are you doing? you're out of will."
He pulls out his belt. It's like, I know you're an adult.
Yo, I remember my aunt tried to like whip me once. I was like 16.
Oh my gosh!
I was like, "Yo, what are you doing?"
Like as a teenager, it's like, I'm bigger than you.
Yeah, like we just laughed. Like me and my cousin just laughed and like walked off. Like, what the fuck was that? It's fucking weird, right? He was like, yeah, like. Well, because like my cousin lived down here. We went up to Detroit to visit. I can't remember what we did that got us in trouble, but it was like, all right. She takes the belt and like it wasn't like it was like like 3 hits. It was like we like laughed. I was like, that was weird, right? You want to go to the corner store? Like, what the fuck is this?
It's like, yeah, it was like at that point in time, even if she did hit you, it's like you're a teenager. It's like you just have to take it and then do your life.
Yeah,
you're just like, all right, you hit me. Yeah.
Like I feel like she tried to like legitimately hit me. I would like defend myself. Like I wouldn't hit her back, but like you ain't hitting me. Like hey, I'm too big for you to be hitting.
No, I remember I was like an abstinent teenager. Like if someone wanted to hit me, I'd be like, sure, go ahead. They'd hit me, I'd be like, all right, now what did that solve? I'm still gonna do what the fuck I was doing.
My grandparents didn't really like punish me or anything. Well, because I mean they raised all these kids, so I think they're just like, we're over this shit. Like do what you will. I think the one time I did get punished, the punishment was I had to be in before the street lights came on, which was standard anyway.
That's
so,
everyone.
Like what the fuck? And I couldn't have company in the house.
Yeah,
And it's like, well, I don't
standard
like
is all.
people anyway. This isn't a punishment at all.
Yeah,
Like, this is actually kind of what I wanted.
You just said like I have to do normal shit. And you're like, oh no, not normal shit.
Like this is weird, Grandma. And then she forgot because she asked me like, she asked me like weeks later, like, are you still punished? And I was like, I don't know. Like, when did it start? Actually, that's a question. So I asked Vanessa this when she was way back on episode 104. Growing up, were you grounded or put on punishment?
Oh, punishment.
All right.
Punishment. And it was one of those things where you put on punishment unless you got a whooping.
No, yeah.
This is back in the day where whooping was allowed. But it's like if you got your ass beat, then there was no punishment, but you got to get your ass beat.
Yeah, and there's a layer to that though, because it's like you got to do something bad enough to get the ass whipping. But if it's like just like look, you don't punish me, like, and that's the thing is like I've asked this question, and I was like, okay, black folks, we go on punishment. Our white counterparts get grounded. And that's wild.
But then it's a weird thing because it's technically the same thing.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
It's just like a different
terminology.
Yeah, terminology.
Like,
but like, where did that even come from? Like, why is
I didn't even
thing,
think about that until like right before I recorded with her, because I was just sitting there. I was at work and I was thinking about it.
Because you're right. Vanessa has I can't remember which one of her parents is Caucasian. Is it her mother or her father?
I don't know. I don't. But she said, yeah, she was like, yeah, I got put on punishment. I was like, okay.
But then like you also like your parents they're mixed, so it's like you have a white grandfather and a black
punishment. Like, grandma's strong.
So it's like whichever the black parent is like, no, punishment.
Yeah, that's just punishment because they're the ones dealing out the punishment. Like, the white counterpart was like, I mean, I'm just here.
Actually, I'll ask you because like you're also. So you said punishment. Like, what did your wife say when your daughter first like messed up something? Did she say grounded?
I don't even know because she's never really done anything to that effect. Where we're like, punishment. Well, our daughter's like 9? She's wild though because she'd be like fucking putting herself in the corner. She'd do some shit. She'd just go stand in the corner like, yo, what are you doing? It's like I deserve this.
Oh my gosh,
what is wrong with you?
Like that's like how that happened. You raised a good daughter, but that's also kind of odd.
I mean, she's a good kid, but it's like, stop doing weird shit, yo. like be sneaky. Well, she did. She like after bedtime. I went back in to check on her, and she had like a book under the blanket. She was trying to read when it was clearly bedtime. She wasn't in trouble. I didn't care.
Like, was it like a comic or something, or was it like
one of her like regular storybooks or whatever?
Okay, I was like, well, she was reading the Bible, and you're like, hey, you gotta go to bed.
Bad you. But
she's like, I'm sorry, Daddy, I didn't want you to catch me reading the Bible.
like, I was reading the Bible. Why are you reading that? Because sinners, you're a sinner. Like, what the fuck? Why the fuck would you say that?
You just close the door. You're like, all right.
Like, wade in the water. She was like, what the fuck?
Where's she getting this?
But now, like, she was trying to hide the book, and then I was like, no, you're fine. I don't care. Like, you're in here, you're quiet. Like,
and you're learning. You're reading, doing something good.
She's a good kid. So it's like, we're very fortunate in that regard. Whereas, like, I was not.
Oh my gosh.
that was a hellion, and it's but I was just being a kid. It's not like I was unnaturally bad, other than setting the garage on fire. And that was not even the intent. The intent was like, I'm gonna burn this garage down. I was setting the fire to jump a skateboard over it. I didn't know how to skateboard though, so
of course you saw it on TV.
Yes, and I thought it was a good idea. It was a terrible idea, so I tried to run away. And my foster mom caught me up on Dort Highway as I'm in the midst of running away. And she was like, you better be home before I get home. So I sprinted home. She didn't get home for another 3 hours. I ran home and put myself in the... Okay, maybe that's what she gets.
That's what she gets from me. Like, it's in the genes.
Because I was trying to beat her to the punishment. And then it was like I stood there for 3 hours like an asshole. Then she came home. I had to go out back, pick a switch. Took the pop it and then back to the corner. I was like, this fucking sucks. I was like, I wish I got fucking adopted. Like, where's that wish at? Like, I asked for that shit 2 years ago. Where is this?
Like, where's Make-A-Wish? See, this is why you hate Make-A-Wish. It's like, they didn't come for you.
Like, Make-A-Wish, where the fuck are you? And they're like, yeah, that's for kids like with cancer. It's like,
kids with cancer.
well, you're a cancer. Like, I want to get the fuck out of here.
You're a cancer.
Dude, it's weird because like what would you do if like you went back like to your younger self with your brain? I was like, I'd be a nightmare.
Oh, my brain. Now, well, first I'd immediately find a way to buy Google stock.
Yeah,
like you've put me in like this weird magical situation.
Well, I used to sell candy at school. Like in 8th grade, I would like because I wanted to buy a Super Nintendo.
Yeah.
And I earned enough to get a Super Nintendo. My grandparents told me I couldn't buy it for whatever reason. They didn't want me to have a Super Nintendo. I remember I kept hustling though the rest of the year selling candy. I went to high school the next year thinking I'm gonna keep this hustle going on. Nah, they were selling drugs, and nobody wanted to buy my candy because they was too busy buying drugs.
I was like, hey man, I got them Snickers. They're like, hey, you got weed? Nah.
I was selling like Reese Cups, Blow Pops. What else? I had some Snickers and Milky Ways. I was hustling. And as soon as we got to high school, I was like, I'm gonna keep that hustle going, son. I'm trying to make this money.
See, that's your problem. You should have sold to people who already bought the weed.
Yeah, well,
so you like hindsight's 2020. So now if you go back in time, you just go like, all right, I just pick out my customers better. Their eyes are red. Like, hey, you want some Snickers?
Oh, and I knew who they was. I was like, oh yeah, let me go ahead. You trying to buy this Reese Cup? Yeah, what's up? Yeah, I know. Oh, I know you hungry. Like, here you go. Just like, get away from Shirley.
Like I got all these like Cheetos here. Come on, man.
I got some Funyuns. What's up?
Doritos. Like, all the chips.
It's like, just open up my jacket. Just everything's hanging on the sides. It was like, yeah. Like, get the fuck out of school. Like, I was an entrepreneur back in the day.
Man.
And then I just, once my grandparents told me I couldn't buy a Super Nintendo, I was like, and then once I realized, hey, well, I'm not going to upgrade to selling weed. So let's go ahead and look for new aspirations.
That one's a bit of a rough sell, especially back then.
Like, let's go play sports instead. like maybe that's going to pan out better for me. I can go pro. Yeah, or you can go pro selling drugs. Like I don't think that's a career thing. Yes, actually it is. Trust me.
And you make a good amount of money. You make some really good money. You just gotta avoid a few bullets. But
it's like that time travel. You go back. It's like, listen, I'm telling you right now, invest in selling drugs. Yeah, that's not a good career choice. Trust me, in 2021, it's gonna fucking pay off.
No, it's growing the drugs. That's where it is. Like those dudes that know hydroponics and shit. Like they are making
that's
bank.
Science.
Oh my gosh.
Like these motherfuckers be on some like serious science shit. I just be like, yo, you were saying words that I didn't even know were actually words. Like this sound like you made those shits up.
Like doing like full ass chemistry experiments. And it's like, all right, well, I got the turpentines and the
persimmons. It's like the who?
The what now?
Like what the fuck did you just say? I was like, are you speaking Spanish right now? Like, dude, I swear, when I hear people speaking Spanish, like, I'm pretty sure those are English words I don't know. What the fuck are you doing right now? Like, I know a little bit of Italian, so it's like, you know.
Well, no, it's the same thing, right?
Yeah, they're the same things. But once you start getting deep into that Spanish, it's like, those aren't Spanish words that translated to Italy. Like, that's fucked. Whatever you just said, I'm not fucking. I think like only thing I retained was counting. I can't say shit else in fucking Italian other than like numbers.
I get that.
Like, and even with that, it's kind of choppy. It's like un, due, tre, cuatro,
and that's about it. Like you
cinque,
go 1 through 5.
Seis. I don't remember 7. Ocho, nuevo. I don't remember 10. 11 is once. 12 is doce. Yeah, I don't know because it's like, that seems kind of basic
like
and
roughly
dumb.
the same as Spanish.
Like, but the fucked up thing is, I don't know how to count in Spanish. I don't know none of those fucking numbers. Like, and I took Spanish for 2 years. I just don't know. Like, that took.
Well, it's like if you went to college, you have to take a language.
Spanish. Well, I went to college. They made me take no language.
They didn't make you take a language.
But I don't think they knew I was there though. I remember I was taking English or whatever the fuck it was, and I stopped going. They still gave me a B.
Really?
I was like, that's wild.
That's crazy.
Like, I think they like I fly under the radar most of the time. They're just like, well, I had a teacher in high school tell me like, look, you're like the class was wild. He was like, you're the only one that doesn't give me a headache. I'm going to give you an A.
Just make sure you don't give me a headache.
Yeah, because I come in and go to sleep. It's like everybody else was like fucking flipping desk in chaos. I was like, I'm going to sleep,
Like
dude.
talking, losing their damn minds.
I was tired, dude. It's like I'm exhausted, dude. Like I was up late watching Married with Children. Like, I gotta go to bed,
I
son.
gotta go to bed. I'm not doing anything.
Fuck out my face. Well, I did work at Burger King, and because I was old enough to work late, they took advantage of that fucking cunts. But I was 18.
Oh, so like you can work full hours at that point in time. Yeah.
So they had me working closing. So I'd get out of there at 2 a.m. I'd get home and go right to sleep. And then I'd go to school and I'm like passing out in fucking classes. I was like, dude, this sucks. And now here I am, fucking 2024. I was up to 4 in the morning just like playing Madden.
Just doing stupid shit.
Yeah. Playing Madden, reading comic books. Like, like my 15-year-old self would be like, yo, you're living the dream. Like, dog, I'm not. I'm sleep deprived and I have a problem. And my therapist doesn't know how to fix me. Like, actually, why do I want little Mexican chicks to punch me? Like, I don't understand
No,
this.
that's perfectly fine.
I think it is.
Yeah, it's all right.
But
Little tiny ones.
she does not think it's fine. And she's just like, you know what? I don't have an answer. And I'm like,
All right.
then I need that. I need that $60 back
You're
then.
just like, well, then mind your business, lady.
Like, flex on, back up off me, son. It's like,
You don't know my life. Every now and again, you need like tiny little Mexican ladies.
She's like, you don't know my life. I was like, actually, I do. Here's this notebook. I've been writing all this shit down. I was like, yeah, I noticed you write a lot. Like, what's that about? Can you tell me? Like, well, why did you get into this field? Actually, I think
you just hit it with that Uno reverse card.
I'm gonna try to get my therapist to be on the podcast. I'm gonna see if she'll do it.
Ooh, is that like a conflict of interest? I know they have like a bunch of weird rules.
Probably.
But she just records the session. It's just like your session on the podcast.
I'm gonna shoot my shot. And I'm like, yo, what are we doing, son? Like, you trying to be my guest? I mean, she's local. Like, you trying to?
Yeah, we'll talk
basement?
about trying to come to my basement. She's like, no.
Like,
Hit you with the consuela. No.
Sorry, just checking. Just making sure because you never know. All right, let's wrap this up because I think at some point someone's gonna be like, okay, y'all motherfuckers, y'all had us thinking you was gonna talk about jiu-jitsu. Meanwhile, we just sat here and insulted Make-A-Wish and countless other things.
We talked a little bit about jiu-jitsu. Like we
jiu-jitsu.
sprinkled it on there.
I'm gonna make that like the jiu-jitsu talk. I'm gonna use it as the sound clip. Get people, get you, bitch. They're like, oh my god, they are talking jiu-jitsu, and then all you're gonna hear is like, yo, they really hate Make-A-Wish.
No, we just have questions.
I kind of hate Make-A-Wish. It's fucked up.
Hey, they didn't answer my wishes. I know I didn't get cancer, but I want my wishes answered.
They didn't answer my wish, but someone else did. The universe did. I don't know. God, someone.
Hey man, you're here. You got like all this, like all these like cool ass figures down here. In fact, you need to like put this on one of the things. Like, either like BJJ Wiki or any of the other stuff.
I put them in the stories, but like I have the story kind of like highlighted. So, but you have they're like buried.
Oh, so I have to like click things to get to.
You'd have to sit there and look at like all these other dumb stories to get to this.
All right, so they don't exist.
Yeah.
Those videos don't exist.
You're just looking at these stories like, why the fuck's he taking pictures of the aquarium? Like, this shit is fucking stupid. No one wants to see fucking bluefish. This is dumb. Just
if
Google
it's not
that.
Nemo, I don't want to see it.
Yeah, that's what I was looking for. Like, where's Nemo? Like, that's not even a fucking clownfish that you're filming right now. It's a shark. I'm high. Was I high? No, I had COVID when I went to the aquarium. I didn't know it.
Wait, the aquariums were open when COVID was a thing?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
shit.
There was like a free, what was it, January 21?
Oh, they were trying to like keep the motherfucker open. That makes sense.
Well, in January, there's always like a free day. And we went to that, and I didn't know I had COVID yet. I was in a bad place.
Oh man, you're lucky to be alive.
I was in a bad spot. I was like stumbling around. I was like, oh no, I don't feel good. And then my buddy who I recorded with, so I went to a Ravens game on that Sunday, and their COVID rules were kind of silly. Like, hey, once you cross this line, you could take your mask off. But if you cross this line, you got to put your mask back on. Once you get to your seat, you can take the mask off.
Well,
but if
like,
you go to the bathroom,
COVID's very polite. It won't bother you while you're eating.
Yeah,
it respects boundaries. Yeah,
but
that's how you got it. You forgot that, like, hey. You forgot the rules of COVID, and they're just like, "Hey, this man is uncouth. Infect him."
Like, I went to the game, but I also had my buddy Phil, who will also be here shortly. Well, No, he'll be here like much. Like Phil shows up late. He's never shown up on time. Phil, you're gonna hear this. You're always late. We're talking about you. But Phil like texted me on that Tuesday. It was like, yo, just give me a heads up. I've been in contact with someone with COVID, and I came down with COVID. We recorded the other day, so you might want to get checked out. And
it's crazy. I don't make the interrupter story, but it's crazy like how COVID became like the new STD.
Oh,
like, hey
no.
man,
I went in on that one though, because I called Steve, my co-host for the other podcast, who I recorded with that Sunday. I go, Steve, are you sitting down? He was like, yeah, what's up? I was like, okay. I have some bad news. I need you to get tested. I've got COVID. He was like, "What?" I was like, "Motherfucker, I got COVID. Go get tested." He was
like,
fine.
You got COVID? Who did you get COVID from? Where did it happen?
Yo, when they did the fucking swab, the lady, you could see she was just like hated her job. Well, I assume she hated her job. She looked mean, but I like that Mexican chick I like looks mean though. She's really sweet though.
Well, it's like she doesn't have to tickle people's brains all day.
But she came up to me because I'm watching her go around the room. And everyone there in pain. Like, ugh, ugh. She gets to me, and as she's coming up with the swab, I go, be gentle. It's my first time, and she smirked. And I was like, got her. She was gentle on the right nostril, but that left one, she got all the brain matter.
She got right into that brain. It was
like, after she did, I was like, tough crowd.
Well, no, she wanted to be gentle. She was gentle on the first time, but then
yeah, she respected my wishes. She knew. She was like, I got
but then
you.
You warmed up. That's how it goes. You're gentle at the beginning.
She's like, I got you. You got jokes. I got you. And I was like, ugh, this broad. But yeah, let's go ahead and wrap this up. Jeremy, thank you for doing this. Thank you for.
I mean, we talked very little jiu-jitsu, but then we talked a little bit jiu-jitsu. But I imagine your listeners will like this. Hopefully, they like this.
Hopefully, y'all have fun.
Yeah.
We'll definitely do this again, and maybe we'll actually do legitimate. Like, hey, let's talk some jiu-jitsu. I'll put flow grappling on or whatever in the background. Like, hey, let's break this down. And like, I'm going to be honest, I don't want to break this down. Fuck out of here with this.
Well, I'll break it down to the best of my ability.
Actually, yeah, you're better at that because I'll just be like, oh shit, he fell. It's like, no, that he just pulled guard, dude. Looks like he fell down to me.
like you should. This is like a good warm up for like your EPS episode, which I imagine is going to be like the best seller. But you're not going to talk any jiu-jitsu.
I don't even know. Yeah, I'm not sure I'm going to do this episode. So, but we'll figure it out. Like I said, I'll probably get a buffer and have Mark come over. Like, yo, can you do some wrist locks on him real quick? Just I need to see. Like, I got the video and everything. But yeah, before we get out of here, you got any shout outs or mentions that you like to leave the listeners with?
Shout outs and mentions, like I don't really have any. I mean, no, not really. I mean, like I have like a gaming page I help like admin. It's called like Gamer Zone 18+. It's just a bunch of nonsense that I put on there. Just a bunch of. We've been running it with like a bunch of high school friends for like ever, and it's not money based or anything like that. Just post memes. I mean, that's the only thing I can really shout out. And I shout out somebody earlier, Nasty Naz, that chick that twerks all the time. That's the only thing I shout out. Because I don't subscribe to any of the Instagram thoughts except her.
I mean, I inadvertently do. Like, it's not my plan. I'm actually trying to like look at like legitimate jiu-jitsu technique, and then next video to twerk, and I'm just like, jeez.
It's like cigarettes. It's like I'm trying to cut back, but it's like, look at all that booty shaking.
It's like I'm trying to concentrate. I'm trying. Well, shoot me over any links or anything for that page, and I'll put them in the show notes so everybody know where to find it.
For sure. I mean, you may be disappointed. It's just a bunch of like, it's basically shit posting, but anime and gaming based shit posting.
I'm pretty sure that's like a quarter of my life.
I think that's actually no. That's mostly 90% of the internet. Now I think about it.
Oops. Sorry. Yeah. I was like, oh, let me pause this and edit. Because like one of the other guests was like, hey, where can I park? I was like, I hope you're not here. Because like I gotta eat dinner. like maybe I'll order.
No,
a pizza.
that'd be a part of the podcast. You start eating dinner.
It was like okay, well, we're recording. Are you eating pizza? Oh.
He's like, no. What are you up to?
What are you eating? And for the listeners, thank you as always. If you have any questions, concerns, criticisms, feel free to reach out. You can find me at bjj.wiki on Instagram or Off the Mats Podcast on Instagram, wherever it may be. Facebook, Instagram. I don't really fuck with the Facebook BJJ Wiki anymore because it's not linked to the Instagram, so I can't.
How's that possible?
Because
it's a page.
Well, so the Off the Mats one is linked, but when Tony made the BJJ Wiki Facebook, he made me the admin, but I didn't click on the thing to take over. So I only have I have full control, except for I can't there's certain admin things I can't do, and I assume he's incarcerated. I don't know where he is. That's just my assumption.
He just disappeared off the face of the earth.
He just vanished one day, and I was like, okay, because all his pages are gone. I was like, okay. I guess I can't get a hold of that guy. I got questions. He's got no answers. He's worse than Make-A-Wish. But yeah, BJJ Wiki on Instagram and Facebook. There's some posts up there. So I've been trying to manually post over there at least. And Off the Mats on both platforms as well. I want to give a big shout out to my crew over at Nerve Age Radio. Bobby, Chris, Joe, Marilyn, Phil, which Joe and Marilyn Phil are en route. Ricky Takey, all of you guys over there. Thank you. If it wasn't for Nerve Age Radio, I wouldn't be doing a podcast. So I always want to shout those fellas out. Bobby was actually just recently on my horror podcast talking about The Exorcist. Phil, he's always around. He just did a couple episodes ago. We did just what we did here. That's what Phil and I did, except for I was just saying mean things to Phil. So, but we love that crew. Also want to give a shout out to my other podcast, So You Like Horror. If you're into scary movies, go check that out. We're getting ready for the 2025 theme of remakes versus originals, and we're actually about to record the intro for that very, very soon. It's going to be a fun time. We're going to cover. We did a vote over on the Instagram page, and because I'm all about democracy in this motherfucker, So I want your vote to count. But if
he's better than America.
Hey, my vote. I voted Colompton. That shit didn't even win though.
Hey, I voted Joe Stein. That's just tossed my vote into the trash.
Yeah. I mean, Maryland's a blue state, so it's like
you vote for anyone. Vote for SpongeBob.
Yeah, like Maryland was gonna go blue regardless.
I should have voted for SpongeBob. That would have been funny.
I voted Colompton. I wrote that shit right in. I was like, hey, we're making a push for 2024. So, or 2028. We're making that push.
He enjoyed it. He's like, oh, sweet, awesome.
If I can get 12 Colompton votes, that's a win for me. We're pushing. But yeah, So You Like Horror. We talk about a bunch of the different remakes and how they compare to the original. So we're going to do some breakdowns on that throughout the year, and then also just have a lot of fun. We got some other themes coming up and other films that we're going to be talking about. So go check that out if you're into scary movies. It's So You Like Horror. All the words are separated by underscores. I'm not sure why I did that. That's a fact. I wasn't thinking when I did it. It was probably 3 a.m, and I was like, oh, I'm clever. No, I wasn't. I was sleep deprived. And last but not least, I want to give a shout out here to my guests, Jeremy Collins, Brown Belt over at Crazy 88 MMA, which I didn't introduce that in the beginning, but y'all know now. And we're definitely going to have you back because this was fun. I'm trying to do the group episodes. So This is one of those things, too, where it's I want to sit down with people individually. The group episodes are going to be fucking fantastic. So, definitely, thank you for doing this. And, like I said, we'll do this again. And, I'm sure it's just going to be just as fun, if not funner, because now I know what I'm into. And I'm like, oh, my Lord. Just throw the script out. We're not talking none of these questions on this board because I didn't ask a single one.
It's crazy how people think I'm stuffy. I'm not stuffy. I'm only stuffy in the gym because people fuck around.
I never got that impression, actually. Every time I talk, it was like, no, this guy's cool. I think it was like I said, it just took a while for me to get to you because it's I'm always getting distracted. But no, I was like, nah, that's going to be a good episode. When I was telling Eli, I was like, oh, that's going to be a fun episode. I was like, I'm anticipating that. So Eli, if you make it this far, Yeah, man, you was right. You better than Make-A-Wish. You was right, son.
Eli, you're way better. That's the awesomest compliment you could have. You're way better than Make-A-Wish.
That might be the title of the episode.
Eli is better than Make-A-Wish.
That might get us in trouble though. So, but
controversy is good, man.
I
You
guess.
become like the shock jock who hates Make-A-Wish.
Make-A-Wish gonna fucking bomb my house. They got shooters. I know. That's why those kids.
That Make-A-Wish is the people who killed that CEO.
Yeah.
It was all Make-A-Wish.
That's why them kids be dying. They get their wish and snipe. It's like, damn.
Actually, that's why they never get their money back. Is like, if you survive, Make-A-Wish make sure you don't. It's bad for business.
Like, oh, word? You survive? We got you. We got you. All right, everybody. All right. Thank you. You know
Thanks
what it
for
is.
having me.
No problem. No problem. Y'all keep listening. We're going to definitely keep making these shows. Thank you, everybody. And bye.
See you.
Deep with it. Now let me sing a song.